Holy cow, are we live? That, as always, is very difficult to get going here. Let me know if we're live. I can't see on my end. Let me know how I sound. Let me know how it looks. Are we live? It's telling me that we're live. Hello, are we live? Okay. All right. So, are we here? All right. I have it on kind of slow mode, so the comments are going to roll in a little bit slower than normal, but man. All right, sweet. I see you guys. I see you responding. All right, sweet. What is up, everybody? Welcome to a Sunday Night Live. And today is a really special one because today we hit a gigantic achievement on the channel. We are officially 500,000 strong. It's insane. So tonight we're celebrating. I put out on the channel for you guys to ask me your most curious questions about me, about mountain biking, about the channel, about life, and I had everyone vote on what they wanted to hear, and I am going to answer your questions tonight live, and you know, we're going to celebrate as well. So to 500,000 subs, to this incredible journey that we're on. Cheers, everybody. Thank you for being a part of it. I couldn't do it without you guys. Everyone says that because it's true. And I think that I have one of the most amazing communities out there. I can't get over it. So I'm gonna take a look over here and see who's, well, I guess I can't cheers and not drink. So hey, cheers everybody, happy Sunday night. And how the hell are you doing? We're coming here straight from we're coming at you straight from in the van. I actually have the van on right now because it's hot. It is super hot. It is super duper hot. I'm gonna try to see, what is this? You just keep, hang on one sec, guys. I gotta mess with something here. So I'm running this stream through OBS, which I don't normally do. And I got no idea how to change. Johnny, I see you're watching. I'm not actually at your shop. Yo, my super chat. What's up, Low Pro? Hello, and thank you for that, man. I wanted to put super chats in a separate and open it up in a separate thing. Hey, thank you for that. Welcome to the stream, and I appreciate it. I want to see. Sorry, I'm trying to focus on it. I'm getting a message from YouTube telling me that I need to change the keyframe setting. Anyone know how to do that? Video, I don't think I can do it without general. I mean, you guys tell me, is it looking pretty good right now? How is the audio? How is the video coming in? I'm gonna wait till I see an answer to that. Holy cow, these comments go super fast, guys. I'm gonna wait until I hear how the quality is and how the audio is. Streamlabs is probably much easier to use. Yo, Matthias, thank you, man. Just wanted to know how the new screen. You're on the new screen right now, and it's working awesome. Looks fine. You know what? I can do this. I can check this on my own. If we're at 720, we're pretty good. Hang on. Let's look at this. I'm gonna go to my channel. We're gonna get meta here for a second. All right, and I get to look how dopey I look on live YouTube. Let's see how I sound. Oh, it's connected to my. Dang it! My phone is connected to my audio in the car, so I can't hear it. I mean, it looks pretty good. Can you guys hear me all right, though? Okay, excellent. I'm just going to assume that it's all good. I'm turning the car back on. It's hot. So how the hell are you guys doing? How is everyone? It's been a little while since we've done a live stream, especially one coming from the van. Wow. 1,200 people watching? Holy cow. That's ridiculous. That's actually insane. So yeah, like I said, tonight I have a list of questions that everyone has asked, that you guys have asked and you guys have voted on. And I am gonna go through and I'm gonna answer them all. Everything that you guys wanna know, well, I'm gonna tell you tonight. Yo, and all right, I'm gonna look over here. Who we got? Who's up? It's all good on the stream. Thank you, Brian. Always looking out. We got BKXC in the house, checking in from Lord knows where across the US. Thank you, dude. Yo, Abbott. Hey, dude. Hey, back. And thank you for the super chat, man. Thank you, thank you. Goes right back into the channel for your enjoyment. Man, this is going so fast, it's hard to keep up. I see we got Carter, Mateus, Sandy, Isaac. We got so many names that I don't recognize. Hey, there's one I recognize. Jason Weitzel, been around from the beginning. Hey, Jason, seriously, been around from the beginning. Cheers to you, my friend. Congrats on 500K. Glad to see you doing a live stream again. Yeah, you know, I feel like 500,000 is an insane. Let's talk about that for a second. We have 500,000 people in the community on the single track sampler now. And I just still remember when I was at 25,000 and like I like, you know, dislocated my shoulder and was super terrified it was all gonna go away. And like 500,000 just feels like a completely unattainable goal. It blows my mind. Like I definitely can't fathom what 500,000 people look like or what that's like. I'm really grateful and very humbled that all of you guys like what I do enough to join me. You know, like the whole reason I'm doing it is because I love it and because I thought it was something cool from the get-go. I thought I had found this really cool way of life. It was totally different from what I was taught as a kid and what I was taught was possible. And somehow I lucked out. I ventured out and I found it. And, you know, a big part of that was mountain biking and, you know, on the road, like, you know, just finding my bliss. And I wanted to share that with everyone because I thought it felt like a secret when I found it because it's not talked about. It's something that no one talks about. It's not something you're taught. Most people will never know, you know, that sort of life because it's not the norm. And, you know, I started making videos about it all in just like the most Joey way possible. I knew nothing about video production. I didn't know how to work a camera. I didn't know how to edit. I edited with a GoPro and a phone and on GoPro Studio. And we've come so far since then, you know. And there are some of you guys that have been around since the very beginning. There are a ton of people in this live stream right now that literally helped me purchase the van that I'm sitting in right now. That fact alone just blows my mind. Completely blows my mind. And it also, by the way, it looks awesome in here right now, guys. We are full get up. Everything is plugged in. You guys are on my brand new 5K screen. The laptop is hooked up here. I have my lav mic hooked in the laptop. I hope the lav mic is working. I hope it sounds all right. I did a lot of testing. That's why I was late. And I have a fan over there blowing on my laptop because my laptop is working so hard because it's got like the stream going to YouTube and whatever. But yeah, it's just incredible that we're in here. Like I just grabbed a beer out of my freaking fridge in my van, you know, and I couldn't have done it without you guys, you know. So I'll never forget that. I have from the beginning felt like this is a community. We're like in this together and you guys are here to share it all with me, you know. When I'm out, I always talk about this with my friends in person, but when I'm out on the road and I find really cool things and I'm like, you know, sitting in a creek after a ride, drinking a beer, what I'm always thinking is, man, I wish I had someone here that I could like share this with, that I could show. It's like, this is so sick. I want just other people to know. And you guys, I get to do that with you guys. And that's really special. So You know, we're at 500,000. Next stop is 1 million. So cheers to that, and cheers to the last almost going on 4 years of this wild ride. Who would have thought when it started that I definitely wouldn't, that it'd be going for 4 years, even 4 years, you know, and we ain't stopping now. So, hey, cheers to everyone. Thank you for joining me this Sunday night. We're going to have a good time just chilling. Thank you to all the mods. And, yeah. I see you guys. Christopher Anderson, thank you. Oh, well, forgot some words, but your super bright LEDs make you look like Jesus. Yo, it's actually, watch this. It's actually the screen it's the screen on the computer. It's the screen. I was playing around with that beforehand. The screen is super bright. And it does definitely, I'm going to actually turn on flux here to dim it a little bit. But yo, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, man. I saw Keenan Combis. What state is the best bike trails? The state you're in that you can go ride it. I think that the best bike trails overall are probably like Washington, Colorado. But yo, Mason Gorski earned this. Thank you, man. I feel like that's the same thing as a mic drop. Sam Tillett. I missed that. It's going to be hard. Oh, that's an easy way to keep up with the super chats up at the top. What's wrong with NOK? I don't know. What's NOK, man? And what's 100 of them? Jeez, what is NOK? Yo, Sam Talica, congrats on the 500K. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. So, you guys are asking a lot of questions I see over here. Hey, by the way, how many people we got in the live stream right now? I've got a gigantic list of questions. Undoubtedly, these are going to bring up more questions for you guys. But we're going to start off with some like soft pitches, you know, like some for fun ones. I was kind of surprised at some of the questions you guys asked. I was surprised that, I guess I shouldn't have been surprised. There's you know, pretty obvious ones. Lightning King, what kind of beer? Yo, actually, hey, shout out to whoever gave my homie Joe, Mr. Tonka, this beer today, because he doesn't drink beers, and I showed up to ride, and he was like, hey, you want some beers? I was like, yeah, I want that. So I got an Elysian Space Dust IPA from some random generous person, not random, but I don't know your name. I don't know who gave it to Joe, but Joe gave it to me because Joe doesn't drink, and that's what friends do. But yeah, so been a great day, by the way, guys. We hit 500,000 subscribers. It's just so crazy every time I say that. 500,000. That's 500,000. I remember so well being at 25, 10,000, 25,000, 100,000, and now we're at 500. It's just mind-blowing. But today has been a great day. We hit 500,000 around like 10 a.m. I was really worried that it was going to happen at a time I was going to do a stream. I wanted it to happen at night so I could be live. I don't want to do a live stream in the morning, but I made the best of it, and I got out for a ride with my friends that are up from Florida, Joe, Nick, Dax, and Seth. We all got out to ride at Canuga. Awesome day on the bikes. Dirt was amazing, and it was a perfect day. So couldn't have had a better celebration. And now we're here, you know, doing it up like we do. This is true sampler fashion. We're out front of a Walmart so I can get like good internet. And we're in the van and doing it how we should. Ryan Thacker, you've inspired my girlfriend and I to pursue the van life. Cheers, man. Hey, cheers to you, and good luck in that endeavor. It's going to be tough, but you're going to love it, I think. All right, so let's look at some of these questions that you guys have for me. David asks, do you still teach online, or are you doing YouTube full time? David, I am proud to say that thanks to the Patreon community from the beginning, I've actually been doing YouTube full time for over 3 years now. If you're watching, I still remember going into my tutoring company. I was really nervous. I had launched my Patreon page for it, but anyway, shameless plug. I remember going to my tutoring company in Atlanta, and I wanted to take the leap and try this full time, and I was so nervous about it because I had no backup. I had leaned on teaching for a long time to help fuel my travels. That's what I did remotely while on the road for a long time. And by telling them that by quitting that, I was making it so I couldn't turn back. And I knew I had to do it if I wanted to really dive in fully, but it was so scary. I even filmed it. I never used it. I never made a video or anything. But yeah, and they were super cool about it. I went in and told them, I was like, look, I have this opportunity. I have to take it. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I have to try. And I never looked back. So yeah, I've been doing YouTube full time for over 3 years now, and still going strong. Question from BB87C. I've seen a whole lot of people asking, what's the best beginner bike, yada, yada, yada. Let's switch it up. What's a good second bike? That's a really good question, and man, my vote for anyone's second bike is a dirt jumper. I don't think that'll surprise many of you, but when I got a dirt jumper, I got a dirt jumper when I bought my Pumpkin, the orange bike that I rode when I started the channel. And I forewent having a carbon bike to buy a dirt jumper. The carbon bike was gonna be 500 bucks more. I had a pro deal. Normally it's like 1,000. And I took that 500 bucks and I bought a dirt jumper instead of getting a carbon. And it was the best decision I've ever made, because the dirt jumper completely changed my bike riding and my skills. It took me to a whole nother level, and I never regretted it once. I would highly recommend anyone that's getting a second bike, instead of getting like a up country, down country, enduro, trail bike, downhill bike, you know, e-bike, like redundancies all through there, I'd say get a dirt jumper, because you're going to be able to enjoy all of your other bikes much, much more when you boost your skills. But that's a really good question. All right, let's see. Emma wants to know, have I ever been tempted to go bike packing again since Key West? Nah, too soon. Still too soon. I know it's not. I know it's been a while. Too soon. Not doing it again. At least not yet. No, I have not. NOK is Norwegian kroners. 100 of them is around 10 USD. Christopher Anderson, thank you for that. Wait, you just gave me another 10. Hey, cheers to you, my friend, and cheers to helping the channel out and for educating me. Now I know, Norwegian kroners. I can remember that, I think. All right, what else we got? Do you ever get lonely out on the road? Richard Smith wants to know. All right, now we're getting a little personal here, and there's a bunch of these. Yeah, man, I get lonely out on the road. Anyone that tells you that they don't get lonely out on the road, if they're alone, is probably lying to you. But I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't mind getting lonely. I think that it gives me a lot of perspective. And I can honestly say, you know, that I know what like true loneliness is. You know, I've gone weeks without talking to someone, and you feel it. Like, you really do feel it. And when you know what that's like, when you're like really yearning for just some sort of connection, like just to talk to someone, it's, first of all, it gets me to come out of my shell. And when I do, you know, go to a coffee shop or whatever, like it's weird, but I've actually gone to coffee shops to talk to someone before, you know, and it's kind of a weird thing, because we all kind of stay in our own little bubbles these days, like when you're in a city or in a community, whatever. But that's something that I would have to do when I'm out on the road alone, especially before YouTube, before I had you guys to chat with. But I think that I'm grateful to know what loneliness is, because it really makes me appreciate hanging out with good friends and having great company. So I think that knowing one side makes me appreciate the other a lot. But yeah, definitely get lonely, man. It happens. Do I have a girlfriend? I think that's on. Oh, that is here. Zen Samurai says, this is such a common question. Do you have a girlfriend? If not, do you use Tinder or other dating platforms? No, I do not have a girlfriend. And to be honest, I have not dated in quite some time. Dating is like, I didn't have a girlfriend coming into van life or coming into living on the road. There's a lot of people that travel on the road with a significant other, but they started it together. Once you're out doing this, it is not conducive to dating, and I just have not made that a priority at all. definitely have been, I use dating apps and whatnot. I'm just another guy, but I haven't really made a point of doing it in the past year. I've been so focused on, on growing my channel and growing my business and riding my bike. But yeah, I guess that answers the question. I'm not opposed to it. Just hasn't happened. It just the logistics of what I do make it extremely difficult. Yo, thank you guys, everyone that's coming in. Hey, how many people we got in the stream right now? Can someone tell me real quick? What's up, guys? I see you over here. Crabapple hits. Maybe one day. Man, I think that there's like a pretty good lag happening on. That's another question. I see you guys asking that. 1,500, geez, are there really 1,500 people watching? That's crazy. Wow, really? There is a pretty good delay. Okay, so now I know there's a pretty good delay. Whoever's spamming, you will get booted off of the stream if you are spamming the chat. So just know that. Yo, Jessica! Jessica Terry in the house. Dude, thank you for that. Just wanted to say hello. Hello, Jess. Can we get some of that rain you have been, oh yeah, you guys want it? Take it, please. That you've been getting over in North Carolina. 105 degrees is no joke in Texas, and our trails need a drink. Hey, I got a drink for you. Hey, cheers and congrats on 500,000. Live free, ride hard, and get stoked. Jessica, I know you've been around. I know you've been around since the very beginning. I remember getting that coffee kit, man. Thank you so much. And thank you for the super chat. Cheers to 500. All right. Let's see. What else we got? Let's get a good one. Do you think the bike, what makes the rider, wait. Do you think the bike makes the rider? I'm riding free ride lines on an XC hardtail and haven't had any issues so far. I was just wondering, asks Sasto. Nah, the rider makes everything. Your bike don't mean shit. That's it. I've seen people on clunkers do stuff I'll never dream of. And it's always the rider. It is not the bike. A lot of people like to say it's the bike. They want to believe it's the bike. But if you put in the work and you get the hours on the bike, you wouldn't believe what you can accomplish on a beater bike. Like look what the old free ride guys were doing. Like every single trail bike we ride now is, better than the free ride bikes they were riding back then. And they were hucking crazy stuff. Yo, Matt Schilt, congrats on 500K. If you ever get the chance, some amazing riding in Copper Harbor, Michigan. I want to make it up there, man. I really do. It is on my radar for sure. It's just way out of the way. But hey, welcome to the stream and thank you for that. All right. I think that I'm at a Walmart parking lot on a Sunday night, and it is lit out there. There's a lot of activity outside my van. I wonder if anyone can hear what's happening in here. I wonder if anyone has any idea. Yo, Canuckser, what's up, man? That is a question that is coming up, so hang tight. That is on here. Yo, up to 1,600 people. Holy cow. Nicest and rudest states. Hey, that's a good question. That's a really good one. Always so curious to hear others' perceptions. Nicest and rudest states. Man, that's a really good one. I think that, because it obviously depends where you go in what state. There's no way I can answer this without offending people, though. That's the one problem. Man, I don't know. I feel like Florida, honestly, might be one of the nicest. Everyone is always so freaking nice there. Like, when I have my patron rides down there, everyone is so amped, so stoked, so cool. I think Wyoming was super nice. Everyone, like the people that actually lived there were super nice, very laid back, very mellow. I like that. Rudest. That is a tough one. That's a really hard one. Because it all depends where you go. I remember the first time and I'm gonna make a lot of you guys mad, and I know I got a lot of people here that watch the channel. I'm not speaking about the whole state. This was just me. And obviously, I'm not, if I came up to me, actually, I don't know, I'd be chill. But back when I first arrived in California, I had a pretty bad experience trying to like get into the mountain. But this all makes sense now that I know about it. I tried to like go ride in Laguna, and like I tried to find out what was up, and it was impossible. And I just got the cold shoulder from everyone, and I was just, it was just me. I was just there in my van, like car. I had never been to California before. I was in Sheila. And not that anyone was rude to me, but it was just like wasn't everywhere else. You're like, oh yeah, you want to go for a ride? Come on, come to this. I'll show you. Come on, you want to go ride after I get off work or something? But now that I know more about it, it makes a whole lot of sense because of the situation out there. So, Wandering with Wade, definitely been around. Definitely been around. What's up, man? I've been around. Congrats. Wade, do you even know what subscriber you were on the channel? I wonder, man. Thank you for that super chat. Carlos Fang, what's up, man? Congrats, you deserve it. I fell down a week ago and fractured my tibia. It sucks. Dang, dude. I'm super sorry to hear that. 2 months without biking, feeling down. Hey, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Just know it happens to everyone. It is only ever a matter of time. And 2 months will go by before you know it. And you'll come back ready to ride in like the best part of the year in the fall. So I hope you get back to it when time comes and you can get that confidence back without a hitch. What is the greatest, Ryan Martin wants to know, what is the greatest bike trip you've ever had and why? I like this. I chose this question and it didn't get a ton of upvotes or anything, but I had my first, holy shit! Yo, Sean Herman, dude. Dang, I just see this red popping up. 99.99 from my homie Sean Herman. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna miss you, man, coming up here soon out in Colorado. But yo, been around since way early. That is an insane super chat, bro. Holy cow. 100 bomb. Hey, cheers to you, dude, and thank you for being around to celebrate everything. I think I missed another one here. Will you ever shave the majestic beard? Rolling Burrito wants to know. I don't know. You guys want the real truth about that. The real truth about that question, like if I'm being completely honest, I don't know if I'll ever shave the beard, because if the whole time that I'm making content online I have a beard, I might be able to save some inkling of anonymity for when I stop. Like if I ever stop making stuff and putting it on the internet, I just might be able to be an anonymous person when I go town to town again in the future. So if I shave it and y'all know what I look like without this in the long hair, then I'll never have that. I can't ever have that, and I don't know that I won't want it. So yeah. So I don't know, man. I might you guys might never see me with a shaved beard or short hair. I might save that for way down the line. And to be perfectly honest, I no longer know what I look like. Have no idea. Very curious. I might be all wrinkly under here. I might have a baby face. I might look super young still. I don't know. So I'm curious too. All right, so back to my greatest bike trip. I like this question because I think we all have a really special bike trip that stands out in our memories. And mine is actually my first ever bike trip. It was what got me really hooked on riding, and it was to Pisgah National Forest here in Asheville. I had just moved to Atlanta, and I was working at REI, and I was still really just pretty new at getting into mountain biking, and I was just making friends at the store at the REI. I wasn't even working in cycling. I was working in clothing and shoes and footwear. And as we were closing one night, this guy Thomas, who I had barely met, we just were talking. We were having a good conversation, and he's like, "Hey man, I think I'm gonna go out. I think I'm gonna go do a little trip up to Pisgah in North Carolina. You want to roll with?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." And just to give you guys an idea of how early that was, I had just started wearing clipless. I was clipping in at that point, and literally that week I had started clipping in. So so we went up. It was my first time to Pisgah. We camped out, and and just had the best time of our lives. Like it sticks out in my memory because I had never ridden anything like that. I had never ridden any actual mountains at that point. And we got there and I was just getting wrecked. I was clipped in and I couldn't get out. I was falling over all over the place. I was like breaking my ankles, and it was just bad. And I was dying because we did like gigantic rides. We were there for like 4 nights, or 3 days, 4 nights. And, but it was awesome. It was awesome. We had a sick campsite. It's been on the channel. I showed you, I took Brian there one time, and we rode all day. We had breakfast and coffee in the morning, hung out by this stream. Then we rode all day, and we got back and we had some beers and cooked like delicious dinners at night, and then slept in our tents. And it was like, I was exhausted and I got beat up, but I will never forget. It was just like that one invite. This guy, and he's my buddy. He's my good friend. Like, we're still friends to this day. He's actually been on the channel in a video a long time ago, but he reached out. He didn't think much of it, but like, that trip probably changed. It could have changed everything, and I think it did. So something I'll never forget. I also remember it was just like, I have a clip of me eating shit really bad. I was trying like a really crazy section of like classic Pisgah, and it was pretty funny to look back at that. All right, Daniel. So I get a lot of questions like this. Hey, wait a second. Yo, Mr. Tonka, what up? I thought you were getting in here today, man. Yo, we got Joe, Mr. Tonka, in the house. I was just riding with him earlier. Rad day today. Dude, I'm so stoked that you guys cleared everything. Glad you guys made it out. We can't wait to get back out there. Congrats on 500,000. Hey, thank you, and thank you for the beer, man. I'm drinking it right here, right now. So hey, cheers, and thank you for the super chat. Been around since way back as well. I know that. Joe's one of those guys I met Joe through the channel, and we became friends. It's like, I don't even remember when I met you through the channel. All I know is that we became friends. We hit it off immediately, and we ride all the time now. Keep up with each other. Nick Lemons, do you ever listen to music while riding? And if so, what do you jam? I love music, and I listen to literally every single type of music except country. I just never have gotten into country. I like old country. I just can't do the new country. So I've been listening to a lot of soul music. I really love like Motown and soul. I think people were singing about something that they were really passionate about in that time period, and it comes through in the music. I think it's awesome. And I'm a big fan of Queen, Elton John. I like heavy metal, and I like rock, classic rock and new heavy metal. I don't listen to a ton of rap. I like old school stuff. Like, I definitely like Wu-Tang Clan. Let's see what else. I like classical music. I listen to some foreign stuff. One of my brothers got me big into a French band that I can't even remember the name of right now. But I listen to a lot of stuff. I listen to EDM when I'm working out sometimes. Listen to movie scores when I'm getting work done. But I love music. I really like music a lot, and I like I like to have variety. I listen to music based on my mood. That's how I've always done it. So all depends on how I'm feeling and what I'm doing. Yo, Flyfish Scott. Oh my God, I thought I was catching up over here. Lauren is a weirdo. Hey, I like that name. Thanks for the great mountain bike content. Been around since 50K. Yo, that's a big number, but that's like way long ago. That's pretty OG. Stoked to save up for my own bike next year. Keep at it, save up. How do you keep your haircut so luscious? Oh, that's your question. I don't do anything to my hair. Everyone thinks that I do something to my hair. I use shampoo. I don't condition. If I condition my hair gets too oily, I feel like. I brush it after I shower, but I literally don't do anything to my hair. Some people have thought that like they think I care about my hair. The only reason I have long hair, the way I see it, is I will only either have long hair or no hair, because I've had hair, the short hair in between. Like, as a dude, when you have short hair and you gotta put like product in it, I did it for years and I hated it. I can't stand it. It just drove me insane actually having to do something to my hair every morning. So by having long hair, I don't have to do anything. I just brush it after I shower. Like, if I wake up, I can literally walk out the door, not worry about it. Fine. And I can do the same with, I used to have a shaved head a lot. I would just I just buzz my head, and it's haircuts I can give to myself. So but yeah, that's what I do to my hair. Clean living, I guess I can't really say that. I I drink my beer, so I don't eat the best either. But yeah, I got no pro tips. I got nothing. I have no secrets. Yo, Flyfish Scott in the house. What is up, dude? I have a ton of new killer Milky Way. Woo! And Comet images to edit. Where did you go camping, dude? But struggle to get behind the monitor. I know it's funny how that works, right? How do you get and stay motivated? Cheers on 500,000. Flyfish Scott. Thank you, my man. Thank you so much, dude. Motivation's a funny thing, right? I think that it can come and go, and you've got to kind of like chase it, not fight it. That's my thoughts. If you sometimes I will like cast a veil over work. Like, I'll act like I'm not working. Like, I'll grab a beer and I'll turn on some good music and I'll just get on my computer and I'll slap an image on the screen for a thumbnail. And I won't, I'll act, it's nothing serious. I'm not committed to finishing a thumbnail, but I'm just gonna play around with it a little bit. I'm just gonna make some tweaks here, there, and then you get into it. And then you get into it because you like it. You're passionate about it, and you get honed in, and you'd be surprised. You can kind of like sometimes trick yourself into taking that first step, because that once you start getting on there and editing your photos, you're gonna be into it. So yeah, that's a little pro tip that I use. All right, best beginner bike for a heavier person. A hardtail. Best beginner bike for a heavier person, because you don't have to worry about rear linkage or a rear shock, and it's going to be a more affordable bike. So which hardtail, it doesn't matter. All right, we're almost caught up here. Hey, Alex, no question, just glad to be watching another Sunday night live stream. Tim Cat, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I love Sunday night lives. Long-standing tradition of the channel, and it's always great to see familiar faces. How did you get River Russell once? You make me blush, bro. How did you get so sexy? I don't know, man. I guess I was just born this way. I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe I think that's something that you ask I think that's something that we gotta ask the chat. That sounds like a community question. Beard looks nasty. It is pretty nasty. It is not perfectly clean right now. All right, so hey, hold on. I'm getting back to this question from Daniel Kasprick, because I get a lot of questions like this. It's kind of a dad question, and he says, as an old guy, I'm curious what your thoughts are on retirement. Like, are you able to save some? So everyone asks me this, especially any adult, and the kids don't ask me this, obviously. But my view on retirement is, first of all, I was not saving before I started YouTube, before I was able to make actually, an actual living doing something that I cared about. I was making no money, I wasn't saving, and I wasn't worried about it. Now, I guess I should preface, I'm not giving advice to anyone, but my thoughts on retirement are that, like, I've always thought retirement was so crazy. It was such a crazy concept, because everything that I love to do requires me to be like, have a young, physically fit body that I can do, that is capable of all this stuff. And in order to retire, I'm supposed to be spending these years, like the best, most capable years of my life, doing work so that I can save money, so that if I live to retire to 65, then I can have like some sort of comfortable living where, you know, maybe I can go golf. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely golf. I'll probably be riding at 65 too, but I couldn't do what I'm doing now. So my thoughts are, it's like, look, if I can do anything that something that I'm into, something that I actually like, I have no problem just doing it forever. Like, I think that working is probably good for us. I think it keeps us active, keeps us social, keeps our brain, you know, clicking, and you know, if you're just committed to always doing, like, finding work that you love, then I don't see any problem with working straight up till the end. Like, my grandpa did it. He loved his job. He was playing tennis every morning till he was like 90 years old. He literally worked till the end, and he loved it. And I think it had a lot to do, like, he was very aware, like, he was a smart guy, and his brain was always there. Like, I think that helped. So yeah, anyway, you know, that was always my thoughts. Like, when I was making like $7,000, $10,000 a year, you know, barely enough to get by on, I wasn't worried, because, you know, if I can live the best life I can while I'm young and while I can do all this stuff, and then if there comes a day when I'm like, you know, 75 and I gotta sit in an office and do some manual work, like, all right, I'll take that. But I'm committed to the fact that when I get 75, I will still find something I actually enjoy doing, even if I don't make diddly for it. If I get paid, if someone would just pay me enough to live, then I would do that, and you're enjoying it. So who cares how much you're making? But that's my thoughts. To answer your question, I finally am able to actually be saving some money right now, and yeah, it's a blessing. It's pretty awesome, and I feel very fortunate for that fact. So, all right. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what other easy. These are still the soft pitches. All right, Evans Outdoors has a good one. Do you have any funny stories from? All right, hold on. I guess you guys are over here. Yo, K9, $20 super chat. Dang, come on, man. Hey, Alex, new sub and pay. Hey, welcome to the channel, man. New sub and patron of yours. Yo, thank you for joining the Patreon's. I always say family. I was about to say squad. I kind of like that too. But yo, thank you for joining the Patreon family and supporting what I do directly, man. I really appreciate that. Quick question. Think you'll be going to Highland Mountain Bike Park anytime soon? Congrats on 500,000. Man, I wish I could I would love to go to Highland Bike Park again. There was a lot of stuff that I didn't ride there back then. I feel like I've come a long way, and I would love to send, I think, Hellion again, like really send it. I would just die to ride that trail. Even Cat's Paw, I think it was called. Like, that place is incredible. And I get to go see Phil if I did that. So, hey, welcome again, and thank you for being here, dude. Thank you for that super chat too. Yo, Alex Maldonado, what up, homie? If I ever had a chance to ride with the tuber, is hands down mountain biking Jesus himself, the one and only. Thanks for being stoked and positive. Have you tried Seth's teeter? I have not. I have not. I haven't ridden the pirate ship. I haven't been over there since he's built it. But I will. I'm confident I will. Maybe I'll do a live stream of it, because I haven't even ridden all of Roto-Rooter since the rework. So I got a lot of stuff to do over there, actually. Yo, Tanner Hickman, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. I see you in there doing the doing the hard work for me, man. Thank you for moderating. You know, I gotta keep a better eye out for people to mod. I haven't done it in a while. Wait, where is, coming back up, Alex Maldonado? Why are you not a mod? Where was the last one? Where are you at? New homie, K9. I got a good feeling about you. You're going mod. Oh, yep, you're going mod. Boom. All right, 2 more to the crew. I'm helping all you guys that are currently mods out. You got 2 new recruits. All right. So a funny mountain bike story that I haven't ever shared. So I've shared this on Patreon, where I do a Q&A every month, and I think it's a pretty good story, because I think it's like probably a pretty relatable story. So This is a story from when I was like first learning how to ride. I was living in Atlanta, and I had just been shown Big Creek Mountain Bike Park. And for those of you guys that don't know, Big Creek is like the most downhill oriented riding that you can do in Atlanta. They're short runs, but they have gnarly stuff. They have features. They have big jumps, and it didn't used to be what it is now. It used to be a lot less groomed. Anyway, they did have big jumps. They had dirt jumps too, and they had big drops. And I was within the first couple of years of riding still. I was probably within the first year of like serious riding. Like actually, like I had just moved to Atlanta, so I was just like getting plugged in and learning and seeing how it was all done. And I really wanted to learn how to do drops. I was determined to do drops. So I went out to learn, to teach myself. And, you know, I thought I was ready. There was this one drop I was eyeing up. It was at Big Creek. It was about a 7-foot drop, which, you know what I know now, that you don't start with a 7-foot drop, guys. Don't do that. There was nothing to progress on, you know, in the area. There was no skills park, so I didn't really feel like I had much choice. I was clipped in, and I think that being clipped in gave me a false sense of security, because I felt like I didn't know how to bunny hop, but I was able to, you know, I was clipped in, I could kind of cheat. And I think that gave me a false sense of security. So anyway, I went to Big Creek by myself, by the way, and with the intent of doing this drop. It was like in the evening. I went out after work, and I got to the drop, and I did some warm-up laps on this other stuff, and then I started like doing run-ups to the drop. I was pretty nervous, and that was the first sign. You hit a smaller drop, and then you hit a berm to the right, and then you dropped, and it was about 7 feet. And man, I hit that thing. I committed to it. You know, gotta give myself that. I committed to it, and I will never forget the bike. It just like disappeared. I went off. I was like, I'm going for it, and the bike just goes, and all of a sudden, I didn't even know what happened. I was like, through the air. I was like, whoa! I was flying through the air, and you know, when I looked at the drop initially, I was like, it's only this tall. What I didn't take into account is I would be going fast, and the mountain was going steep after the drop, so it was taken away. So though it's like 6 feet right, you know, where the drop is to here, when you go out this way, then to get to the bottom, it's like, you know, the hill's dropping away. So I was sending like a 13-footer. It was bigger than the drama drop, and I Supermaned, just no bike. I Supermaned off. And I landed, and I just crunched, and I was like, it was rough. And so then I was there alone. My bike was like down. I was at the bottom of the hill. Everything was hurting really bad. My arm, especially, in my ribs, like my left side got crunched real hard. And I had broken my arm, and I had broken a couple ribs. And the real struggle came after that, because I was at the very bottom of the hill with my bike. Got myself back to the top. I finally got myself, like after toil and like pain and like pushing with one hand, I finally get to the top of the hill, and I get to my car, and I look at my car. I was in Sheila at the time, and I was like, shit, because my racks are on top of the car, and I didn't know it. I was pretty sure I did, but I had broken my arm, so I was like, man. I was in so much pain. I was like, and so I like stood there for like 15 minutes waiting, like hoping someone was gonna come by so I could just ask. I'd be like, yo, help me lift can you help me lift this bike up here? And no one came. So I finally grabbed the bike, and I was like, a couple tears shed. I got it up. And then I used my other hand to like put it in there, and I drove my ass to the nearest Walgreens and got a brace, and I slapped it on my arm, I was like, oh, I just walked. I was in my gear still, and I just walked like this to the back of the Walgreens, and just looking terrible. I took it out of the package right then and there, and just put it on, checked out, went back. I was in an apartment with my brother at the time, and I got back, and I just dropped onto the couch, and I just laid there, and eventually he was like, "Yo, are you all right?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll be fine," because I didn't want to go to the ER or the urgent care because I'm broke. I was broke, and I knew all they were gonna do is like basically what I did. So I just went straight home, and I was like, I'll deal with it. So a couple days I was in some serious pain, and I finally went in. I was like, all right, I just gotta pay for this. It's gonna suck, but I gotta do it. And they told me it was broke, and they told me the thing I had was pretty all right. It was doing a good job, and charged me $250 and sent me on my way. So yeah, that's a cautionary tale of getting in over your head before you should be. Learn from my lessons and don't do that. Don't be like me. Especially when you're starting out. There's no reason to push yourself like that. There's no reason to do it alone. There's no reason to take that big of a leap. Taking a leap from like 1 feet, 2 feet to like 7 feet. Don't do that. Do very small increments so that you never have to take a leap that's that scary. But yeah, hey, my pain is y'all's pleasure. The camera's not in focus. How about now? Oh, look. I'm gonna look over here. Oh yeah, what's going on there? Let's see if that changes. It's not smudged. Oh, there we go. I think that worked. Hey, what's up, guys? If you were just now joining, we're here celebrating the monumental occasion of hitting 500,000 subscribers this morning. And I asked you guys your most curious of questions, and I am answering them here live for you. And taking question submissions from the live chat as well. Yo, Julie, thank you. Man, you guys are incredible. Thank you. That is a super generous super chat. Congrats. I'm not sure when I started watching, but have enjoyed watching you and the channel grow. Great job and keep it up. I think the rain is an East Coast thing. Florida is swamped every afternoon. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, the hurricanes that have been coming through aren't doing us any favors, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe they are. Texas people wish they had some rain right now. And thank you again for that. All right, let's see. What's next question we got? You know what? Let's see. Fishing Central Queensland asks, what was the biggest challenge or the scariest moment you've had while on the road? So I thought about this. I read this question earlier, and there's one thing that I remember. There's a time that I remember I've had some close calls where I did, I was just not being as smart as I should be out on the road, which, I probably do all the time. I do stuff. But this one I remember particular, it almost sucked because I was in Sheila at the time, and I was going through Utah for the very first time ever. I had no idea where, I didn't know where I was. I didn't know where I was going. I rolled in at night, and I didn't know where I was going to stay. This was early on in my, out west explorations. So yeah, I remember finally figuring out where I was going to stay. It was pretty far off the beaten path. And I was also tent camping, so I had to be able to camp. I had to be able to put up a tent. I can't just go into Walmart like in the van. It was a lot harder. And it had just rained. So I found a place, and I drove out this long and windy road, and I found a spot that I thought was okay to camp. And mind you, Sheila at the time had like Florida tires on it. She was just not equipped. And it's actually really, now that I think about it, it was actually pretty funny before. So the best spot to camp, there was already like these couples that were parked there camping out. There was like 3 couples, and I knew that they were couples because they had all their stuff set up, you know, trying to be all romantic and whatnot. And you know, like they had blankets out front of their tents, and like, you know, I saw they had like wine and stuff set up, and like we were pretty far out there. I was surprised to see them. Anyway, driving into the area, Sheila got stuck, and I had to go ask one of them for help. And I'll never forget the look on this guy's face. He was like so bummed I came to ask for help, because he was like, I had to go to their tent. Going to someone's tent is awkward. Going to someone's like knocking on a door at a house is one thing. Knocking on a car is another thing. But going to someone's tent feels creepy. But what are you gonna do? I had to do it. So anyway, yeah, he helped me. I got Sheila unstuck. And the next morning, they all left before I did, and I got stuck again. And this time I thought it was really bad, because it rained again overnight, and the mud was like, it was a bog in this area, and I was like hard stuck. So I got out, I was in the mud, I was like trying to figure out I was alone, and I had no cell reception, no one knew I was there. And, you know, I was gonna have to walk my ass out, and like if I couldn't get unstuck, it was gonna be a terrible day. So anyway, I finally did get myself unstuck after all this. Like I found rocks, and I wedged them under the tires, and I found rocks and some wood, and I wedged them under the tires so that they could get traction, and then I just gunned it, and I was backing up too. So I just hammered it, and it grabbed something, and I was like, pfft. And yeah, I was very thankful at that. I was like, oh my gosh, I felt so relieved when that happened. It was yeah, it sticks in your head when you have close calls like that. All right, another question down. So what's happening over here in the chat? Need some max tracks for the van, Tanner? Yeah, I do, man. I legit need something like that. I could just strap it on the roof, I think, but max tracks would be really nice. I have much better tires on the van than I had on Sheila. Sheila legit had slicks, so it was like a Florida car, you know. Yo, Zach Hilty, what's up, man? Yes, Sheila. I wonder where she is right now. All right, we got a lot of familiar faces in here now. What's up, guys? Everyone's joining. It's 10 o'clock, so everyone's laying in bed on their phones now, joining in for the Sunday Night Live. Valason, I think that's how you say that. Probably not. My day was great, man. Thank you for that. I went out on a ride. I hit 500,000 subs this morning. Ridiculous. Didn't see that coming. Went out for a ride with the homies, and I treated myself to some sushi tonight. Like, I just got takeout sushi. I ate it in the van before we streamed, and now we're here. Now I'm hanging out. I'm hanging out with the channel and having a great time. You know, it's been a long time since I streamed, and it feels good. All right, we're going back to the questions. Nothing's catching my eye over here. Favorite bike park, Whistler or Highland? Or Windrock. How did I meet Seth is in the question. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's go to the most asked questions now. So we are going to start at the top and move our way down. And actually, the first question is, the very most requested question is, how did I meet Seth? 435 people want to know this question from Athletic Kids. How did I meet Seth? And it's a good question. It's a great story. So a lot of people think that Seth and I have always known each other, and we haven't. I met Seth when I started doing YouTube, and it's a pretty crazy story. You know, things could have gone so many different ways, but basically I was out in Salida, Colorado, working at a bike shop, and I had previously put up some YouTube videos of me riding a bike, because I had this idea like a year ago or two ago when I was working at Mulberry Gap in Georgia, and I had the idea. I was like, I'm gonna take a GoPro and I'm gonna go ride trails and talk about it and give like a preview. And anyway, so I had made videos. Well, a guy named Brian Kennedy, BKXC, found those videos, and he contacted me. So I was out working in Salida when he found that video, and he contacted me, shot me an email, and he's like, "Hey man, what are you up to these days? Like, what are you up to? You still riding? Where are you?" I was like, "Man, I'm out in Colorado. It's my first time here. I'm having a blast. I'm in this place called Salida. Incredible riding." And he's like, "Hey, well, man, I'm making a trip out there. You want to link up and ride?" And I said, "Hell yeah." So we planned on riding, and then we almost didn't ride together, because at this point in time, I was actually planning on starting my own tutoring company. I saw an opportunity. I was teaching at the time SAT and ACT prep, and I saw an opportunity to create a business and have something that that was my own, that I could sustain this life on the road doing, which was all I ever wanted. And I had been planning on moving to Florida so that I could do that. So the entire week before Brian was coming, I told him actually in the end that I can't meet up because I got to go to Florida. I got to do this. I'm starting a business down in Florida. And he was like, "Oh man, that's too bad, but hey, good luck." And so the whole week before he came, I was waking up at 5 a.m. and having these phone conference calls with this partner that I was going to work with. And, for like a couple days before his visit, everything fell through, which is insane. It's really crazy when you think about it, because I was like actually dead set. I was going to go do this. I was going to move back to Florida. I toiled about it, but I had decided that was what I was going to do. And luckily, I was actually really mad at the time. Things didn't work out with this potential partner, and I was like super angry at the time. I was bummed. I was pissed, but I was able to just at least able to hit Brian back up. I emailed him back and I'm like, "Hey, yo, actually, I can ride, man. I can. Come on out." And he did, and we had the best time ever in Salida. We both went, and I took him out on the Monarch Crest Trail. We rode greens and fooses, one of the all-time best rides of my life to this day. And I got to see, how he was making videos, actually making videos consistently at that time. So I got to see what he was doing, and I was like, "Man, that's awesome. That's you've taken it to a whole nother level than what I had done in the past." And we hit it off. We had a really great time, so much so that he's like, "Yeah, dude, I'm actually I'm gonna go meet up with this other guy. His name is Seth. I'm about to go meet up with him in Moab." I emailed him, and we've been chatting for a few months, and we have this trip planned to go to Moab. He's never been, and I was like, "Dang, that sounds sick. I haven't been to Moab yet either. Can I come?" and I just asked. I was like, "Yo, can I come?" And so he's like, "Yeah, I mean, let me see, man." He shot off an email, with me, Seth, and him in it. He's like, "Yo, you mind if we get?" Oh, and our buddy that was putting us all up, and asked if I can tag along, if we can add one more. And everyone's like, "Hell yeah, man, more the merrier." So I had never met Seth in my life. I drove out to Moab. In the videos that you guys see from us in Moab that very first time, that was me meeting Seth. I had never seen this guy before in my life. We just hit it off. We just clicked. We just really enjoyed hanging out right from the get-go. I remember hanging out in the mornings with him, drinking coffee and playing around on the dirt jumper in the front driveway of that place. But yeah, it was there were so many things that could have led and taken us in a different direction. I could have never met Brian or Seth. I could have gone to Florida and started this teaching business. It's crazy to think about, but yeah, that is how I met Seth. And the next time we met, you guys all know the story, and that was really the bonding experience. We went out for a ride, and I met him in Bentonville, Arkansas. And we went out for a ride one fateful afternoon, and I dislocated my shoulder, and he put it back in. And I mean, you're pretty much bros for life after that, you know. So yeah. And then somewhere along later, you know, we became family. I think after that, I lived with him for like 6 months probably. Yeah, so that's that. I think a lot of people don't know that story. I think a lot of people assume that Seth and I have always known each other, but we haven't. You know, I've probably known him for about, like, I mean, man, like it feels like a long time now, like 5 years or so. But yeah, that's a great question. Athletic kids. I taught SAT and ACT prep, like test prep, Ryan. I also did teach some subjects. I taught like economics, statistics, and calc. But I was a tutor. I wasn't a teacher. I didn't work at a school. I did it privately, one-on-one. I do better in smaller groups. I did some group stuff, but yeah. So I'm just looking over here. See what everyone has to say about that, if everyone knew. All right, we're firing it off. Let's go to the next one. Next up, we have a question from Antonio Lopez with a 310 upvotes. 310 people wanting to know what my current relationship with Canyon and Diamondback are. This is a good question, and I know I am not always like filling you guys in as well as I should. So, and it's funny though, I am surprised like so many people upvoted this question, but so currently my relationship, I currently don't have a relationship with either one of these companies. So I was sponsored by Canyon in 2019 and it was a great year. I'm super grateful, you know, for the opportunity. Like that's a dream. That's such a dream, you know, to have a bike brand that wants to work with you and like get free bikes and get paid. Like that's such an insane thing. So I'm forever grateful to them because, you know, they took a chance on me. I was the first guy that makes YouTube videos that they ever worked with, and that's a huge deal. So it was a great year. Very stoked about everything I accomplished on those bikes. But I am no longer working with them. Decided to kind of go like solo for 2020. And I actually have no sponsors at the time. I haven't had any sponsors this whole year. And it's been pretty cool. You know, I like it. It's pretty freeing. I am going to have sponsors again, but I just kind of wanted to try this out and see what it felt like. Right now I am, like, for this entire year, I have been 100% sponsored by you guys, by everyone watching videos, by my family, community on Patreon that are supporting this channel directly. It's been completely self-contained this year, and it's cool and it's sustainable. It's good to know that. So yeah, but I am going to be getting off of the Diamondback or off of the Canyon bikes. I have officially moved back to my Diamondback 5C, which you guys have all seen, which is feeling great. It is feeling awesome. And that's going to be the trail bike that I'm riding right now. You guys are probably going to see me riding, trying out different bikes like I did a couple years ago when I was getting off the pumpkin and going to something new. You guys will probably see me demoing different bikes in different videos. But no, I don't know. You know, there's nothing in the pipeline currently. As for Diamondback is just an awesome company that believes in my really great friend. You know, Diamondback is completely on board and backing Seth, and I get to see them through him, and just I think that the relationship they have is awesome. I love the bike. They did give me that bike for free, and like I'm just insanely grateful for that. Because I really like it, and now I'm back on it and I get to ride it. I have a bike to ride, but I don't have anything official with them. I think they're, you know, I just get to see what Seth does with them, and it seems like they're a really cool company that, you know, does well by my friend, and it seems pretty in tune with what we're doing here on YouTube. So yeah, so does that answer everyone's question? I think that probably does. I am currently not with either. I am what they call a free agent, and it's pretty sweet. It's a pretty sweet spot to be in. The all of the upgrades on the 5C are feeling really good, by the way, if anyone was wondering. Deer Valley is fun. I've ridden there, man. All right, next up. $309 upvotes from Steve Rafaroka. Do you ever see yourself quitting van life and getting a permanent residence? If so, where? This is a good question. And, you know, I've been actually thinking about this a whole lot more recently because of COVID. I do think that I will end up getting a permanent residence, and it might be sooner rather than later. I've actually, believe it or not, been going around looking at potential houses recently here in Asheville. And I've been thinking about it for a while before. You know, as my passion grew from more than just like traveling on the road and mountain biking, and started to include YouTube and video production, like, you know, getting into everything that I do here, you know, that is absolutely a passion of mine as well. And doing that from the road is just so incredibly hard. And I really think that in order to take it to the next level, I need to have like my own space that I can make my own, like Seth, like Brian, like Phil, like all these guys are doing. So I have been looking into that, which is huge news, by the way. I know I make it sound like it's not a big deal, but it is. It's a huge deal, and it is a big deal to me too. Cause, you know, I don't know. I didn't, if you had asked me a couple of years ago if I'd be doing that in the near future, I'd probably say no. But seeing, you know, the benefits of it, seeing the setup that these guys have, I see how I could have it work. I have this like vision of having a home base, like a base of operations, and that I can like a base camp, you know, like a base camp at the bottom of Everest. You have this base camp, you got everything set up and dialed there. You can take care of any emergency. You can get a ton of work done. You can do prep. You can do resetting after. But from the base camp, you go on adventures. You can go on big adventures, you know, because you have a place where you can have gear. You have a place where you can plan. You have a place where you can do your work more efficiently and therefore free up more time for all the other stuff. And then after these big adventures, you know that you have a place that you can go back and reset. And that's a big deal. That's a huge deal, actually. You can go like clean clothes. You can store gear. You can, you know, be comfortable. And yeah, so I'm stoked on that. Uh-oh. Is something wrong with the mic, Joe? Oh, no. You're scaring me, Joe. What's wrong? Or are you... Oh, mic drop. Yo, Joe, welcome to the stream. Mic drop, $5 super chat. Hey, I'm going to cheers to that. I like the emoji, clever use of emojis. That took me a minute, by the way. That should not have taken me so long. So yeah, hey, answering your question, man, when people say van life, I don't think van life. I don't hear van life and think like, this, you have to be in a van. You have to be like out on BLM land. You can't use, you know, you can't stay at friends' houses. You can't go to, you know, shower at gyms and stuff. Like, I think of van life as kind of like, it's just the lifestyle. It's like getting out of your comfort zone, you know, going on adventures, just getting out there and exploring. And I will never quit doing that. Even if I own a home, the reason I want a home is so I can go on bigger, better adventures. I want to do international stuff. I want to be able to plan purposeful, gigantic expeditions with friends. I want to have a place where I can have people come and stay like Seth does. Like Seth and I have a great time at his place, and Brian and Phil, I've gone and stayed at all of their places. I want to be able to, be the guy that has people come over and like let some crash, you know? I want to pay it forward, I guess. So there's a lot of reasons. I also want a place where I can continue to work and develop my video creation, because I'm really finding a passion in that. So I want to like give it the breathing room to kind of flourish. So yeah, I can see myself getting a permanent residence. I also think that I'd like to build some trails. I don't know for a fact that that's what I'm going to do, but I think that could be super fun. So yeah, long-winded answer is all that. Short is yes. And if so, where? I guess the where is the best question, but I think probably here in Asheville. Definitely would consider Bellingham as well, but I don't really know anyone in Bellingham, and I don't really have any family out west, so that makes that a lot more. And I've never bought a house, so that makes that a lot more difficult of a prospect. So we're probably looking at here in Asheville, where I have an awesome infrastructure of family, friends, community, riding. I'm not that far from family down in Florida and all that stuff. So yeah, good question. Yo, we got Chris Poulin over here dropping that $20 super chat. Thank you for that, dude. Albert Whitted Airport crew. Yes, indeed, Albert Whitted Airport. Hey, Chris, wait, this isn't Chris from, you're not Chris from Seattle, are you? The Albert Whitted Airport. Does anyone even use that though? I mean, I go and eat there more than I go. I've never actually flown in and out of there, but yeah, I guess you're probably not the Chris from out west, but if you're talking about that. All right, let's see. Next up, third most asked question from Jacob C, with 241 other people wanting to hear the answer. Honestly, this is the doozy. Everyone wants to know this. Honestly, where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are you doing? I should have really specified in my post. You only get one question, but like the next person asked, there's 6 questions. I'm only gonna answer one, but that was my fault. I gotta do better specifying. But where do you see yourself in 5 years? What are you doing? Where are you living? And has your life changed that much? So I'm gonna go ahead with I'm gonna answer the first question. I see myself in 5 years. I have a really hard time answering this question though. I get asked this all the time in my Patreon podcast, and I have a hard time answering it because if I spend a ton of time thinking just about the future, about like the 5 years down the road, I get really stressed. It stresses me out. It's not, and because I can't plan that far. It's like, I don't know what's going to happen. What would I like to happen? I would love to be doing exactly what I'm doing. I would love the opportunity to still be doing what I'm doing right now with the freedom that I have, with the incredible people that are a part of it that I get to share it with. Like, I'm doing what I love. I also have a hard time answering this because, a lot of people ask me what my goals are, and it's hard because I have achieved, I've stumbled upon like every dream and goal that I ever had wanted already. Like, I'm literally living the dream. I'm living my dream. And like, that's so hard. It's kind of hard to come to terms with. And like, I never thought that I would actually get to this position. So I never thought beyond that, and it's all still so new and fresh to me that I still haven't thought that far beyond that, so I guess the best answer is like, I just want to enjoy what's happening because I'm having so much fun. I want to enjoy it, try my best to be in the moment and enjoy it while it lasts, and not think too much about the future. But yeah, so but your question directly, I would love to still be doing this in 5 years. Eventually I probably want to, grow something outside of the platform, if I think like bigger picture. and I think, you know, that'd be cool. Like personal goals, I'd like to travel more. I really love travel. I like experiencing other cultures. I like meeting people and eating food, like and drinking drink, like experiencing, you know, I like this. I want to see everything, taste everything, and meet everyone. You know, like I'm into that. That's something that variety is something that fires me up and keeps me going, just like mountain biking. So, yeah, I probably did not answer your question, but I guess that's the answer. Is I don't really know. I'm just along for the ride, and I'm trying to enjoy it while I'm on it. I see you guys asking me some questions over here. I'm gonna poke through. Yo, Mountain Bike Hilltop with the literal mic drop $5 super chat. Super chat. Thank you for that, man. And hey, cheers to you. Thank you and welcome to the stream. There's so many chat over here. Oh, hey, Jacob C. Hey, whoa. I'm missing some stuff over here. Hey, Michael, hey man, I really need your advice. What bike do you like better, the Canyon Spectral or the Strive? I can't decide which one to buy. I went through the same thing. I went with the Strive. I like the 29er platform. That's my answer. I literally went through the same debate you're going for, and I ended up going with the Strive. So that's my answer. And I liked it. They both were different, but I liked the Strive for the 29 platform because of how hard I could, you know, I could ride. I just could go so fast, and it could get me through some pretty crazy stuff. Jacob C. Hey, Alex, longtime sub. First vid I ever watched was Steamboat Springs. Dude, that is an old video. Dang, uploaded September 9th of 2016. Gee, that went quick, right? You're telling me. That was at the bike park there, and that was, I think, my first bike park ever. Cheers from down under. Hey, Jacob C., thank you for that, and cheers to you, my man. Thank you for being around for so long. Dang. About ready for number 2 here. All right, now that I caught those, we can get back. Oh, we got Mountain Bike Hilltop. All right, now we're caught up. We can go back over. All right, so next up, we've got a slew of questions from Logan Duck Thomas, number 1 the best. And I'm only going to answer one. There's 6 questions in one. But 178 of you upvoted this on my community post. And I'm going to pick the one I like. The question that I want to answer is number 3, and it's who inspired you to start posting videos? And that was my good friend, Brian Kennedy, BKXC. You guys better know him as BXCK Biking XC Enduro BKCX. No, I'm just kidding. BKXC. Yeah, Brian inspired me to start making videos like consistently. When I met him for the first time in Colorado, and I got to see, I was inspired seeing his process. I had already made a couple of videos, but seeing how much he believed in it, I had the idea, but I wasn't certain, and I hadn't gone for it. Brian had at this point gone for it, and he was so adamant about it. You guys also, if you've watched this channel from the beginning, you know he knew from the beginning. He was like, I'm gonna make it work. Like, even if it doesn't want it, I'm gonna make it. And you know, I got that from him. I got that vibe, and like we had a couple really good conversations over dinners, and it totally, seeing the process, seeing the behind the scenes of what he was doing, and then watching his videos online, and then talking with him in person and seeing the fire, seeing how fired up he was about it. That was what got me going, and I made a commitment to him. I was like, I'm gonna do it, and I said it, I put it out there, and then I had, you know, because then I had to stick with it, and I did that on purpose because I know myself. I might start second guessing. I put it off. I'd be like, I won't post anything. I won't post my first video until I've actually figured out how to make videos, you know, which would have been years. But I told him, and because of that, I started making videos that week. And because I jumped on it like that, because that chance meeting with Brian in Salida, Colorado, that almost didn't even happen, I caught the wave. And I've never had anything in my life where I felt like I was the first. Like, I caught the wave that was rolling in, the good wave that all the guys want to catch, when you're surfing out there. I actually got on it, the first one, and it's a crazy feeling, because you see trends happen, in the world, and you always are thinking like, man, why didn't I think of that? Or, man, I should have seen that coming, like stuff like that. And this was the first one. I talked to Brian, and I actually took action, and I had no idea that we were catching this wave, but man, we caught it, and been riding it ever since, and it's pretty insane, pretty crazy, the feeling of like being on the forefront of something. I've I don't know if it'll ever happen again either, but it's pretty rad. Steven Shreds over here in the super chat wants to know, what is the cost of living in the van? What is the overall cost of living in a van? Any tips for fitting bikes in your van? So I'm only gonna answer one. Let's see. Well, first of all, I don't really know what the overall cost for living in a van. I can tell you this. I lived out of Sheila. I lived out of Sheila in 2014 and 2015, and I made $7,000 in 2014 total, and I made $10,000 in 2015 total, and I lived off of that on the road. I was able to do it. I did have a little bit of savings. I had a couple $1,000s in savings, but I was on a budget of like $3 or under for every meal, and if it, like, splurging, and this sounds so ridiculous, you guys are all gonna laugh, but splurging, like a big meal, was going to Subway. And so that was like a treat, where I spent $5, and if it was like me and someone else, we could split it. So that was pretty nice. Dude! Brian! Bro! Dude, what are you doing, man? BKXC in the house, aka MTB Tryhard. Hey, what was I? The Narrow Track Nibbler coming at you live. Hey, congrats on living life on your terms and making it all come together. You keep getting better, and it always inspires me. Dude, the feels. I got the photo right here of us on top of the Monarch Crest at Foose's Trail from our very first ride, bro. Always thinking about it. And yeah, I mean, I owe you a massive thanks, dude. Humongous thanks, because I literally wouldn't be here if I hadn't met you. So yeah, man. Hey, I gotta grab another beer for that one. Damn, $100 super chat, Brian. Shit. What are you doing, son? All right, fresh one cracking for the homie in the house, the one and only BKXC. Cheers, dude. Hey, cheers to an incredible friendship that I am extremely grateful for, and many, many years of it to come. And also, hey, for the next time we get to ride together, cheers to that, because let's make it happen soon. Holy shit. We got Toto next. Why are you not making weekly YouTube videos anymore? I love watching you ride your bike. Toto, I'm not making weekly videos because I am having more fun making my new style, and the new style takes me longer because I'm still learning it all. And I also, I also took my foot off the gas some. Like I wanted to hustle a little less and enjoy life a little bit more. Like, I made a conscious decision for sure. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna act like that's not part of it. I do. I'm not one of those guys that wants to work myself into oblivion. I don't want to. I know that a lot of people, when they start a business, that's the goal, is like work and grow it as hard as you can and don't think about anything else. I don't want that. I wanna like still live life too. So basically, I'm not making weekly videos anymore so that I can go out and do rad adventures that I can then share with you guys in between. Dang. Yo, Brian, I'm stoked you're here, man. Welcome to the stream. All right, so next up, the fourth most asked question from you guys with 168 upvotes from Gus Downey. Got any other hobbies, Alex, other than mountain biking? And yeah, I got a lot of other hobbies. Like we talked about earlier, I really enjoy music. I talk about, it's hard to separate because I talk about all this stuff. I talk about all this stuff in my podcast that I do in the Patreon community. But I don't ever talk about it in like live streams or videos, but I love movies. I'm a huge movie fan. And I think that actually, I never thought that would I never like glean anything from that, but I totally think that watching movies and being like a cinephile or whatever you want to call it contributes to my videos and like I watch movies in a way different way these days. I'm always thinking about the camera, the like how they're filming it, the script. I'm thinking about the shots that they're getting. I'm thinking about the music and like how they did things and planned it. It's like it's all very fascinating to me. I like it a lot. But I've always had an affinity for movies, and you know, it's a vast departure from what you guys see, which is like my life outdoors and always, you know, on the bike and being active and stuff. But I really do enjoy slowing it down at the end of the day and finding a really great movie. So yeah, I also like other stuff I do outdoors. I rock climb. A lot of people are always surprised. I open the back doors of the van and I have my rock climbing gear. You know, I've got my chalk, my bag. I don't have ropes. It's just that stuff is like so much. If I commit to that and carry that in the van, that's so much stuff. That's so much gear. And I gotta have cams and everything. But I've just got bouldering gear. I've got, you know, my shoes, my chalk, and that's it. But yeah, so my best friend Chance, he climbs. I mountain bike. He takes me on climbing adventures. I take him on mountain bike adventures, and it works out pretty well. I've done a decent amount of whitewater stuff. I have a lot of friends here in Asheville that are big river rats. They love being on the river, and I've done a lot of really fun adventures with them. Notably, rafting the Grand Canyon back in 2016 for 21 days. I did a big expedition down the Grand Canyon. One of the coolest things I've ever done in my life. Absolutely incredible. I had never oared before in my life. I was on an 18-foot raft with just me and Chance. Neither of us had ever done this before, and for some reason we were in the same boat, just the two of us. So we were an 18-foot raft with these massive oars, just one man oaring, going through like class 8, class 9 rapids, and yeah, it was the time of my life. It was one of the coolest things I've ever done. It was so sick. And yeah, let's see. I like video games. I played video games. I've played video games since I was young. I haven't played video games for a few years because YouTube, because I was growing. I started a small business and I literally had no bandwidth for anything but that. So for the last 3 years, I haven't touched a video game. Actually, I take that back. That's a lie. I've played League of Legends on and off. I have a really great group of friends that I play League of Legends with that are scattered around the country, and that's like how I keep in touch with them, and I also like it. But yeah, my buddy Johnny from Crafted Workshop, one of the guys who helped me build this van, we like to play video games together. He's big into them. So when I got the van, he talked me into getting a Switch. You know, that was the other thing, is I couldn't exactly have a video game system in Sheila. But now that I have the van, I have options. So I have a Nintendo Switch. I've been having a lot of fun playing video games recently. I've been, playing some really good games. Been playing some Dead Cells. I actually just played Borderlands 2, which was awesome. I'm way behind on that one, but it was so fun. Playing some Celeste, playing Breath of the Wild, Zelda. What else was I playing? I like RPGs. I like the Nintendo platform, like all the classics. I'm currently playing Paper Mario. Yeah, but I've been enjoying it. It's good. I like video games. And yeah, I mean, let's see what else. What other hobbies? I've been playing. I like playing the piano. I've been picking up playing the piano again. I haven't done that in a long time, but another hobby of mine. Yeah, those are the ones that come. Those are the ones that I have on the top of my head as hobbies. Yo, I got a familiar name in here, Mountain Bike Geek. What's up, man? Praise be Mountain Bike Jesus. Hey, man, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the super chat, and welcome to the celebration of 500,000 subs. Yo, Ghost Town Blues Bands. What? $50 super chat with a mic drop. Do you know that you can leave a comment, dude? Hey, Ghost Town Blues Band. I like that. I like the sound of that. I love blues music. So hey, cheers to you guys. Holy shit. Thank you. That's a new name to me too. What's up, guys? Welcome to the celebration. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Sunday night on the Samplers channel. Hey, my boy John. Jonathan Brule, what's up, man? Yo, gotta give a brother a heads up when it go live. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was like really, you guys might be able to hear, but I'm like, my voice feels like it's gonna go, and I was feeling that earlier, so I was like, I don't know if but I hit 500,000 subs this morning. I have to do a live stream. So, I've been driving around Asheville. I needed to get a good connection somewhere, so I've been driving around trying to find a good connection. So, and I didn't until like right before, and then I tried to give like as much of a heads up as I could. I should do it on Patreon. Sorry, I really should I should post it there before that I'm gonna go live at a time. But hey, dude, $50? Come on, man. Thank you for that. Dude, I'm gonna miss you guys so much next month. It hurts my soul. But I'm confident that you all are going to have the best time of your life anyway. That schedule is incredible. Yo, cheers. Hey, Everardo Gutierrez. Cheers, homie. What's up, James? How you doing, man? How many people we got in the house? How many people we got in here, guys? How many people in the live stream at 11 o'clock at night? Beyond Average Derp. Yo, with the $20 super chat, what's up, man? Your videos get me stoked through COVID. Hey, I'm glad I can do that for you guys. I'm really glad. I'm sorry I don't put out more. I could. I don't. But I'm really stoked that the videos have been helping people keep the stoke levels high through COVID. From having it to recovering, oh damn, and you had it too. From having it to recovering, I watched all your videos, staying stoked and keeping my spirits up. Thank you. Yo. That's really cool to hear, man, and that makes me feel really good. So thank you for sharing that, and thank you for helping support the continued production of the videos through this super chat, man. Seriously. Yo, we got Luke Burgess in the house. As a fellow long-haired, bearded mountain biker, it's just you and me, man. It's just us, no one else. We are a diamond, just one of a kind. I have gotten mistaken for you a couple times. No shit. That's funny, dude. Next time you come to Vermont, let me know. Hey, but have you ever been mistaken for a girl from behind? That's the question. I have. And then you see the beard, and it's an immediate. Sorry. 11? Dang, there's still 1,200 people in here. You guys, man, live streams have reached. I'll tell you what. Hey, for anyone that's, been here for many a Sunday Night Live in the past, we're reaching some new highs these days. Live streams are wild. 1,200 people? We had like 12,000 people when I did the drama drop. And, man, to have 1,200 people like concurrent throughout, through to 11, that's wild. We're growing. We are a growing, I don't know, I was going to say something, but we're a growing channel. We're getting up there, man. Yo, 5 a.m. in Madrid? Hey, good morning, dude. I hope you're enjoying your coffee. All right, so hey, let's get on to the next question here. I just answered, got any other hobbies? Answered that. Oh, hey, other hobbies? I really like board games, by the way. Big into board. I'm what people would call a nerd. I like video games, movies, and board games. I like hanging out and having good conversations and listening to music. Yeah. I also like backpacking, by the way, and mountaineering. Yo, Jeremy Howard, what's up, man? Congrats on 500K. I live in Central Florida, close to Bartow, Mulberry, and Lakeland. Not too far from where I grew up, man. Are there any trails that you know of around here that are good for beginners? Man, I think all the trail systems in the area. So I think, let me look here real quick. Let me just make sure. Look at this. I got fast internet. I can just like, I'm streaming. I can just look something up real quick. I think for everyone, they've definitely got really difficult stuff, but they've also got very beginner-friendly stuff these days, and they do a really good job there. So if I were you, I would head north and go to Alafaya. Bomboyette is good, and so is Carter. I really like Carter Road. That's a newer one to me, and I've been enjoying that one. All of these places have beginner-friendly trails. You just got to make sure that you get on the right one. But yeah, you'd be surprised. There's a lot of stuff around there these days. And it hasn't always been like that. So you're getting into it in a good time, man. Welcome to the channel, by the way, and thank you for that. My boy Jim Johnson. What up, Jim? Dropping that $5 mic drop. Hey, cheers to you, my friend, my homie from out in CA. Don't hate me for what I said earlier. If you heard it, and if you didn't hear it, don't worry about it. Welcome to the stream. Yo, what's up? Buzzy's Mod just wants to say, hey, what's up, Buzzy's Mod? How you doing, man? Or woman? Thank you for the super chat, dude. Welcome to the stream, and hopefully you're subbed, and I can say welcome to the fam. Jackson MTB, what's up, man? $1 super chat. Thank you for that. You know, it's crazy to me, like, the whole concept of super chatting, you guys really blow my mind. Like, it really means a lot. It's, when I see a super chat, I see people that want to, contribute to the channel in like actual monetary way. Like, you guys are all supporting the channel when you watch my videos. But to like actually, and that's like the best, because you don't have to spend anything. You get something, you get to watch the video, be entertained, but you're also helping me out. But man, when you actually click the super chat and like send money my way, it's like, I feel it. You guys, it just, I'm incredibly grateful every time I see that, because like, that's no small thing, coming from a guy who at one point couldn't spend more than $3 on his meal, even a $1 super chat. It's like, that's incredible. Bonnie Stride, I am outside of a Walmart. Not gonna say which one. One of the Walmarts around the country. I'm outside of it. Actually, no. I am still in North Carolina. I am no longer at. This is a question on one of the questions. I know it's in there. So I'm not at Burn Peak right now. I am in the area still, and I'm not in my van. It's too freaking hot over here, man. It is too hot. I actually got an Airbnb for that reason, and also because, as I mentioned earlier, this might be mind-blowing to some of you guys that weren't here earlier in here, but I have been looking at houses. I've been considering buying a house. So I got an Airbnb in the area that I am looking at houses to kind of feel it out. And so far so good. It's like I'm really close to a lot of the good riding here in West Asheville, or like South Asheville. But it's pretty nice. I came out here and wanted to be in the van, both for good internet and also for some in the van, because this is a great spot to do live streams, and it's like, it's legit. I'm where I normally am. I'm like in a parking lot. There's all sorts of stuff going on outside, but we're in here. Buzzy's Mod, I think I'm gonna become a patron. What are the benefits? You gotta get on the website and see. There's a lot of stuff for patrons. For people that are Patreons of mine, they get bonus. They get, every video is extended. I add a blooper reel to it. Sometimes you just get a longer video with a bunch of behind the scenes stuff. You get updates, like not constant, but you get updates. Like, I keep everyone on Patreon up to date with what I'm actually doing. So, more so than I do on YouTube. I do a monthly Patreon podcast. I have some exclusive merchandise on there. I have monthly hangouts. It all depends. There's different tiers too. There's a whole thing. You got to go on the website to see. If any of the mods, wants to link Patreon in the chat, that would help. That would help our buddy Buzzy's mod out. And thank you again for another super chat. You could be a patron for a month for that type of money, man. For $5, you could have already signed up right there. Mel S says, "Come hang out in Florida and ride with us. Alafaya is so fun." Mel, I'll see you in the winter. I will be back in Florida for the holidays. You guys are all lucky. I got family down there, and I like seeing my family for the holidays. So oh, that's the other thing on Patreon. I do Patreon group rides. So Patreon is where I put together any and all group rides that happen, and I've done a bunch of them down in Florida. So yeah, I'll see you down there at Alafaya, Mel, for sure. Narakiwi, what is that one? Is that yen? How old are you? I'm thinking older, but look younger. What do you think? I don't want to even tell you guys. I think it's really crazy, the spectrum of how old everyone thinks I am. I think it's hilarious. I don't care. I don't care about my age, but I kind of like it being a mystery to some people. I think I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to tell you. Is that rude? I'm not going to say. Some people do know, obviously. Yo, Joshua Stuckey, Alex, your videos. I will tell you one thing. Someone commented on a video. They thought that I was like 40, and I'm definitely not 40. Not that that's old. That's still super young, but I'm not 40. Joshua Stuckey, Alex, your videos got me into mountain biking, and it has changed my life and outlook. Thank you. Pretty much the best comment I can ever get. That's the shit I'll never get sick of seeing. You got me into mountain biking. Thank you. Because mountain biking changed my life, and I made this channel because I thought it could change other people's too. And you're telling me that it did, and that's awesome. So, yo, thank you for sharing that, and thank you for the super chat, dude. Seriously. All right. So, I see a bunch of numbers rolling in. Yo, Silver Bullets. Silver Bullets on to something here. Yo, Chris Maldonado. What's up, man? Wait, there's 2 Maldonados? Congrats on 500,000. Yo, thank you, dude. And dang, $15 super chat. I got to cheers you for that, my man. Cheers. Thank you for the super chat. I probably just made it blurry for everyone, but hey, gonna cheers it anyway. Welcome to the stream, and thank you so much. 500,000, man, it's crazy. All right, we're gonna answer another question over here. We got a question from Jack Wagner. Jack Wagner wants to know, well, there was 163 other people that wanted to know. This is a good question. This is a very pragmatic question. How do you get mail or have an address when on the road? Man, this is one of the biggest struggles of nomadic living. And, there's a lot of people, I think, that do it. Oh, you know what? I've had my van on this whole time. Am I going to run out of gas? We're doing all right. It's so hot outside. It's like if I turn the van off, you guys have seen it. I've had my internet device overheat and it just shuts off and ends the stream, and I didn't want that to happen. So there's a lot of ways. There actually is a lot of ways you can do getting mail on the road. But I will tell you what I do, and it's like, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. So first of all, I have every single thing that I do paperless. So anything that I can, I just have paperless. I don't like mail. I think it's ridiculous that people still send out actual physical mail, like paper, like wasting paper, when you could just send me a PDF. I think it's a waste of paper. I think it's ridiculous. But, so I have everything to paperless. Not everything can be paperless. So my mom is very kind, and she makes fun of me because she's like, I'm the single track sampler secretary. You're welcome. You're very welcome. But my mom lets me just send my mail. I have her home address as everything for my mail, and like once a year when I go back there, I'll just get it all. And if it's something that looks really important, she'll open it and snap a photo of it and text it or email it to me. But for the most part, anything that's really important, I will get an email because I have everything on paperless. So when it comes to ordering stuff on Amazon, I use Amazon lockers. So I can order stuff from Amazon and have it shipped to a Whole Foods. Well, you can have it shipped to a whole bunch of places. I get it shipped to Whole Foods most of the time. Because I also do I use Whole Foods to work out often because they have pretty good internet. But yeah, so I can order stuff from Amazon and get it on the road as well. And you can also actually, like, I've had stuff delivered from like, you know, Maxxis and Canyon and bike companies and get to me on the road. You just have to tell them you have to be in one place for like a couple days or be heading somewhere that you know of. And if you tell them ahead of time, you can send stuff to be held at a UPS or a USPS store. So I'll have that done if I know where I'm going to be, or if I'm somewhere for a couple of days, or if I just have to get something. There's actually ways you can do it. You can have it shipped and held at a location. So yeah, it is possible is what I'm telling you. There's a lot of different ways to do it. But yeah, you know, a funny story is, man, I've actually had mail trailing me around the country for multiple years before. I've gotten pieces of mail from like a long time ago that finally found their way somehow to my mom's place, but it's like really old stuff. And it's been like everywhere. It's like they thought I was in Salida. They thought I was in California. It like went to New Mexico, and it gets just sent back. So it's actually pretty funny. That's a tough part of living on the road for sure. And that's a good question. I'm back over here catching up. Cody Anderson, what's up? Thank you for all the entertainment. Congrats on the 500,000. Hey man, that's what I'm here for, Cody. I'm just glad that I'm glad you guys like it. You know, when you make stuff for the internet, when you put yourself out there, it's scary because you never know how people are going to react. Like I watch YouTube in a much different way these days because, you know, I never watch someone's video and think down on them. I always think that they're courageous. Like even if you know they're new and the video isn't great, like that's fine. But man, just to make a video, just to like do something that you're into and put it out for the world to see, that's seriously scary and very, you know, very courageous. It's cool. You're putting yourself out there. So I just am over the moon that there's 500,000 people out there that like what I do. That's really freaking rad, you know. The Mickey dropping the mic drop. The Mickey with an MX. I'm not sure what that is. I'm not going to take a stab at it and get it wrong, but with the mic drop 9 of the MX. Hey, cheers to you and thank you for supporting the channel through Super Chats, dude. Cross Trails in the house. My kids and I love watching your shows, Sampler. So I had to make it emphatic at the end. I saw the exclamation point too late. Wishing you many miles of stoke. That sounds like a cheers too. Thank you for that, and thank you for the super chat, dude. And hello to you and the kids, man. What's up, guys? How you doing? Thank you for watching my videos. Makes me very happy. Juan Malagon, my homie from Florida. What's up, man? Congrats for hitting this milestone. So stoked for you, bro. Juan, I think I probably met you when I was in the 100,000s. So we've come a long way, man. I'll see you down in Florida over the holidays, dude. Thank you for that. Oh no, someone just made me lose my spot. Who's super chatted? Sean Herman, Google Patreon single chat sampler, hashtag group 4. Folks to join wouldn't let me paste the website. What? Oh, encourage folks to join. Oh, it wouldn't really? I thought moderators could do that. Wait, you're not a mod, Sean? Oh my gosh. Boom. Now you can, dude. Now you can. You got to be a moderator. Hey, Juan, you didn't ask for it, but hey, man. Boom. With great power comes great responsibility, my friends. Moderators, you just got 2 new added to the force. You're welcome. And thank you to you guys. Ryan Hood, $5 super chat. What's up, man? Congrats, Alex. I just rode Soquel. Ooh, I wish I could ride that trail, man. That trail is good. for the first time. Your video got me super stoked. That video did surprisingly well. I think that that's a really, really popular trail out there in California, and well deserved, because it's the longest flow trail I've ever ridden. It just goes on and on and on. I had to stop maybe like 3 times going down it chasing Brian. And man, yeah, that trail is not overhyped, and that's really rad that you got down there because of my video, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That was an epic day. Buzzy Mod is now a full squish patron. Yo, heck yeah, dude. Cheers to that. That is supporting the channel to the max, man. Thank you for that. Thank you, seriously. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, especially after all these super chats, man. But hey, welcome to the full squishers. Welcome to the crew, and I will see you over there for some fun behind the scenes content, dude. Wow, that's awesome. Alex Maldonado, yeah, man, guys, I can't get over to these questions if you keep doing this. Chris, I didn't see this. Hey, I've got to hit the sack. Work tomorrow. Congrats on the 500K. Chris, I hope you're still here. Thank you for that. And yeah, get to sleep, dude. It's late. It is too late. Well, somewhere. I don't know. It's not too late. It's only 11 o'clock. Yo, Alex Maldonado. Yeah, bud. Hitting Tiger Mountain next week. Oh, dude, I love that place. Go hit some no TG for me, dude. Thanks to yours in Boostmaster's video. And is Axel. Oh shoot, I'm just like making up names in my I'm just like selectively seeing here. I see my own name, Axel. I'm sorry about that, dude. I did it again here too. I'm glad you put it in the comment. Yo, Axel Maldonado, thank you for that. Hey, go ride. Well, you saw the video. You know what to ride. All 3 of those trails, killer. You'll love them. Level Cap Gaming Fan, congrats on 500,000. Crazy to see you go from 10K. Oh, you're OG. Super OG. Best full suspension mountain bike for right around 3K right now. Hey, you got to look at the direct to consumer probably for that, like a killer bike around 3K. You can get a really good bike for $3,000, man. I don't think personally that it matters which one you go with. You know, there's Commensal, Canyon, YT. Who else is direct to consumer? There's another one that I'm not thinking of, but man, 3K goes far. You know what else you could do is get a kit, like an insane, you know, Specialized or Trek or any of these, like any of the bigger brands for 3K from a bike shop at the end of the season, and they'll make it perfect for you. And but yeah, I'd say go do some demos, man, because 3K is not a limiting budget. You pretty much got your pick of the litter, man. Like that'll get you the, you know, pretty much the best thing you can get. That'll get you where you need to go. Yo, shit! Yo, bro! Baron Von Games, what are you doing in here, man? Yo, I got a story for everyone watching right now. This guy, Baron Von Games. Rob, what are you doing, man? A $98 super chat. Congrats on 500,000. That's crazy, right? Can you believe 500,000 subs? Would you have ever guessed, dude? Remember when we were hanging out and talking about this? I heard you're 43 years old. Ha ha ha. But hey, if I'm 43, what does that make you? Huh? Go get that next 500. Yes. Next up, Millie Club. I got to join you. So, yo, anyone that's watching right now, this guy, before there was a Brian, there was a Baron Von Games. This is my friend. We grew up together, like literally friends from childhood, like preschool. Grew up in the same town. And if you guys go check out his channel, if you like video games, if you like independent video games, like just really fun, independent video games, like all different types of stuff too, like crazy stuff that you never see in the mainstream. My buddy is playing them on his YouTube channel, and his YouTube channel is gigantic. And I don't think I've ever mentioned this before. I've never told this story before, but he was he was the first one that ever told me about YouTube. And it was one time that I was home for the holidays over Christmas, and we were catching up and talking about what we were each doing, and he was doing YouTube. This is my friend Robert, and it was crazy because we had this conversation. We were like swimming in a pool, and he was telling me about what he does, and he was like, man, you should be doing this. Because I was telling him I was on the road, I was living out of Sheila, I was riding mountain bikes and you know, meeting all these people, going all these places, having these adventures, and he's like, you know what you should do? And I didn't put it into play until I met Brian. But at first I was inceptioned by my buddy Robert back. It was like a year before, and that was where the seed was planted. And it's crazy because the next time I saw him, I think I was at like 25,000, and he just kept saying, he was like, man, I can't believe you actually, I've had this conversation with so many friends, but you actually did it, and it was working. And now here we are, 500,000 freaking subs, and it's crazy. It's like this happened. So man, I've got a lot of awesome friends. You know, I've got a lot of people that have inspired me along the way. And you know, he does a video game YouTube channel, and I do a mountain bike channel. We couldn't be different, but we still love discussing this thing that we have in common now, which is, you know, making content on YouTube for other people to enjoy, and it's really cool. Definitely like brought us back together after a bunch of years, you know. So yo, and geez, come on, man, thanks for that super chat, dude. And you know, cheers to you, dude. Thank you. Next round's on me when I see you over the holidays. Oh man, we got all stars up in here. We got Seth from Backyard Trail Builds. Hey, I just watched your is it your most recent or I think it was your last video, dude. Crazy build. That corkscrew, that was super cool. I watched it with Johnny from Crafted Workshop, and his exact words are, why have I not been watching this guy? I was like, I don't know, dude. You just be watching. I'm on his Patreon. I watch every video. Yo, well done, my dude. Hope you find your way out to Missouri sometime. I will find my way out to Missouri. I have family in St. Louis in Mo Ridge. Wait, it's High Ridge. It's High Ridge. I have cousins and an uncle out there. So yeah, man, I'll definitely come through. I mean, even if I gotta come ride, I want to come ride. I gotta beat Brian. I'm a competitive guy. I gotta be the first to make it across that freaking skinny, dude. I'm gonna. I've been training my whole life for this. I went to the North Shore. Jordan Sensei started teaching me the ways, and yeah, I'm gonna come slay that skinny, dude. I hope no one beats it first. Yo, Jared Tillett, what's up, man? Your videos are great. First of all, dang, thank you for the super chat, man. You guys are insane. You'll be at 1 million in no time. I hope so. That'd be amazing. That'd be incredible. To be at 1 million is like, I mean, 500,000. It's crazy because YouTube is a snowball. It happens as like a snowball. It's getting 100 subscribers is like the hardest thing in the world, and getting 1,000 is the second hardest. It's like almost impossible. But if you get 1,000, then you can probably get to 10,000. And man, you get to 10,000, before you know it, you're at 100,000. And you know, like last I remember, I was at 100,000. Now I'm at 500,000. So it's crazy. It's like it's a combination of like getting better at your craft through practice, but also there's this thing with celebrity and people like people's obsession with celebrity and popularity. The more people you have on your channel, I think increases the likelihood that people will subscribe, because they think that you're credible all of a sudden because other people have subscribed to you, and they see that, like, they, you know, people see people with big YouTube channels and like, oh man, this person's really hip, they're popular, like everyone's watching them, I gotta be a part of that, and they subscribe. And you know, it's just like, it's like a psychological thing. So it's like once that ball starts rolling, it picks up pace. You know, like I think at the beginning of last year, I think I've doubled in like a little over a year. So last year, I think I was at 250,000 subs at one point. You know, I think it might have been like a year and a few months. But that's crazy because, you know, it took me over a year at the beginning to get to even 25,000. So, and that's also crazy because some people go like 5 years before hitting 10,000. So it's all pretty wild, man. Wild West out here. Yo, next time you're in Seattle, hit up Duty Hill Mountain Bike Park. I have been there and done that, and it's an amazing place, man. I got a video about it. Go check it out. I really enjoyed it. I think Duty is an incredible place for mountain bikers of all skill levels to learn, and it's an incredible resource. You guys should feel very lucky to have that out there, for real. All right, I'm catching up so I can go answer some more questions here. Josh Briggs Kelly, what's up, man? Thank you for the super chat. Congrats on 500,000. Your positive attitude got me through my chemotherapy treatment. Yo, thank you for sharing that. Finished treatment and now cancer free, baby. So stoked. I even got myself a Broken Not Buried t-shirt from you to celebrate you. I cannot think of a better reason to get a Broken Not Buried t-shirt. Yo, Josh Briggs, this one's to you, my friend. And thank you for being a part of the channel. And thank you. Those are some seriously inspirational words. So thank you for sharing. And screw my 500,000, man. Congratulations on beating that bitch that is cancer. Like, for real. Wow. That means a lot to know that people are like that. That my videos do something that, you know, I'm just a dude in his van making a video about random stuff, you know? To hear that it's helping people get through life, which can be incredible, but also can be devastating. It's really awesome. Man. Yo, Emma, what's up? I got a question. I know, I remember your name. I got one from you in here somewhere. Oh, I already did answer your question. It was in the lower ones, wasn't it? I did answer it. I knew it. Thanks for answering my question earlier. Tacos on me. Muchas gracias. Thank you. I'm going to eat some delicious tacos. Maybe I'll even share with Seth. Thank you, Emma. All right, let's get over here and answer another one of these top requested questions. Man, if this live stream goes on much longer, I'm going to have to run into Walmart and use the restroom. Jack Wagner. How do you... Oh, nope. Already answered that one. Blue Fly has a question with 153 other people upvoting it. What? Bike check. Bike check. Bike check. What bikes do you have? This was a highly requested question. This happened to be the one that got upvoted the most, but a lot of you guys want to know what bikes I own. You know, i.e. a dirt jumper, trail bike, downhill, whatever. And will I get any new bikes? So currently, right back here, that's too much work. I could take the camera off and show you guys, but I'm not gonna do that. You couldn't really see anyway. But so I have, well, let's start with what I used to do, what I used to have. My old setup before people started giving me bikes for free, because I feel like that's like, look, you can't look at someone like me and be like, that's what I need, because that's not a fair comparison. Companies give me bikes for free because of what I do. So it's like, that's not fair. But look at me a few years ago, and when it was me spending my hard-earned dollars like you are, I had what would be classified an enduro bike. It was literally an enduro, a specialized enduro, and I had a dirt jumper, and that was it. And it covers like everything. So the enduro bike, like a 160, 150-ish bike, it can do, modern day bikes that are that size can do everything. They can take you on a long trail ride. It's not going to be the best climber, but you can do it. You'll get in better shape. You can also take it to a downhill park, and it's not going to be the best at that either. You know, it's not a downhill bike, but it can do it. It's going to be a little bit slower than you would on a downhill bike. I can vouch because I have ridden a downhill bike now, and like, it's definitely a difference, but totally can handle it. And so it's really versatile. So you can take it on long, all-day epics. You can take it to a bike park. It's gonna get a little bit more beat up than an actual downhill bike would, but you can. And then a dirt jumper bike, I used it to ride street, and I used it to hone my technique, hone my skills, to ride dirt jumps, obviously. But I also use my dirt jumper as a get around town bike. When I'm visiting different towns, I need a way to get around that I'm not just always in my car. And I would use my dirt jumper bike to do that. A lot of people would use like a road bike, but I didn't have enough room to have a road bike as well on Sheila. So I used a dirt jumper. It's a really simple bike. I can lock it up easy. I don't worry about it getting banged up. And if it does get stolen, it's not that expensive. So those are the two bikes that I like when it was me and only my limited dollars. That's what I did. But currently, I'm flush. I'm a lucky son of a bitch. I've got a trail bike. I've got 2 trail bikes right now. I'm gonna be getting rid of my one of them. I've got a dirt jumper and I've got a downhill bike, and it's a pretty sweet setup because I'll literally have every base covered now. I go ride dirt jumps. I'm on the dirt jumper. I go ride street. I'm on that. Go to a bike park, on the downhill bike, 100%. And for literally everything else, I'm on a enduro trail bike. I'm on a trail bike. So that's the middle ground. Some people would opt for like a smaller trail bike, like a 130-ish bike, depending on where you live. And that's totally cool. Some people they like to always overgun it, and they like to get the 160. And that's cool too. I like to get the smaller travel because I hate the climbs, and I want something that's going to help me on that. I'm good enough and precise enough on the downhill that I can get away with less travel. And it's also a little bit more, it's like zippy, it's fun, playful. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of that. That's a question I get a whole lot, is to do bike checks. If you've been around my channel since the beginning, you know that I've never placed a very big importance on the bike itself. And I don't like to, because like I answered the question earlier, it's not the bike, it's the rider. It's always the rider. But everyone only wants to talk about the bike. I think we got to talk about the rider more often, like working on skills and what you can do to become a more adept rider. But yeah, those are the bikes I have. Those are the bikes I had, and a little bit of advice in between. Woo! I wonder how much longer my voice is gonna go. We've got some more questions over here. Let's see what's going on over here in the chat. Is the stream still running? Have I been talking to no one? Cool Check 55 with the $5 super chat. If you ever got to PA, hit up Katie Woods. Been there. Best jumps I've ever hit, and congrats on 500,000. Thank you, man. I've been to Katie Hill. Or wait, that's not, you're saying Katie Woods. That's not Katie Hill. All right, some good stuff to hit in PA. I don't know if I've ever ridden in Pennsylvania, actually. I don't think I have. When I visited Skills with Phil, I rode down to Massachusetts. I rode in Massachusetts, but I don't think I did anything in PA. I'll have to check that out, man. Katie Woods. Miguel Francello with a mic drop 9 MX. I don't know what that is, but thank you, Miguel. And welcome to the stream. Stream still going strong. Yeah, are we, is everything still sounding and looking good, my friends? %90 rider, 10% bike. I could get on, I could agree with that. I could agree with that on board. Stream status is poor. Uh-oh. This thing's overheating. This thing is hot. Yo, the Quantum Quark. I feel like I've seen that name before on here. What's up, man? Hey, bro, been following for a couple years now. Absolutely inspiring. I'm in love with the van life here in Australia. Hey, man, we got the same getup. This is the Fiat Ducato rebranded, man. I love traveling around and riding. Hope to see you travel down to Australia someday. I would love to, dude. I really would. That's a question that's coming up. And I would love to do some international travel. I really would. Traveling is a passion of mine. I know that I've been, like, the past few years I've started a small business. So it's like, I've been into that, been going hard on that. But as I get more established, and maybe I get a house and have like an actual setup where I can be a little bit more flexible with travel, I'm gonna do it. I want to do it. That's like my personal what I want to do. So obviously I'm gonna be making videos about it and sharing the journey. So yeah, and Australia, I've never been, would love to come. So yeah, man, thank you for that. Yo, Kane PW Kane, I don't know how to say your name. With the mic, with the super sticker, keep it up. I like that, man. That's a great one. Keep it up. Hey, thank you, dude. I will. As long as you guys keep watching, I'll keep making. The super stickers are great. Keep it up. Little emoji, dude. Buzzy Mods, what's up, man? Once again, have you ever ridden in Connecticut? If so, where? I don't think I have ridden in Connecticut. I did a New England sampler with my buddy over on the Skills with Phil channel, and I don't think we made it as far as Connecticut. I rode a bunch of the states up there in the New England area and a bunch of different places, but I don't think we did Connecticut. I haven't, and that's like I haven't done much in the New England area. I always just imagine it's a really difficult place to do the van life, so I've kind of avoided it, but I know that there's really rad stuff up there. So I definitely think that I'll find my way up there, and I actually was considering doing an East Coast trip up this side of the U.S. this year before COVID happened. I was thinking about going up the coast into New England and going up and beyond through like Nova Scotia to Newfoundland, and checking out like the really far reaches over there, and then eventually hitting like Quebec, Montreal, stuff that I've seen our buddy Brian hit and rave about. But obviously COVID could have put a kibosh on that, but possibly in the future. All right, so I answered bike check question. Next up, we've got a question with 147 other people wanting to know. This one was asked by Harry Humphreys. Harry, thank you for that. The question is, would you ever design and build your own feature for Seth? You can pitch him an idea and build it as a legacy or special feature for when you leave Burn Peak. Love your videos. Thank you, dude. Thank you for that. And yeah, I mean, I would definitely build something. I don't have much experience building, and I like when I think about building a feature. First of all, I can't just like say I'm gonna build. It's Seth's place, and when it's your place and it's like your place and you gotta ride it every day. To have someone come in and just make their own, I don't know if that flies. I might have to get my own place before I can make my own features, but I definitely have input in the features that that we're building when I'm there, for sure. Like, it's a collaborative thing. But yeah, I think when it comes to me and building, because I don't know what I'm doing, I don't have building experience, I'm always thinking of like really crazy stuff. And so like I imagine that if I ever did start building trails, the videos wouldn't be like everyone else's, because I would be building something. I don't think it would be out of the ordinary for me to build something and it not to work. And no one ever has something that doesn't work, right? I think like the things that I think of are really, really ridiculous, and I have no idea if the physics would ever work, but I would, I'd want to try. So yeah, I think it'd be super fun to build something at Burnt Peak. I actually had an idea way back when he was buying Burnt Peak. I told him, I was like, if I could find where Sheila was, and buy her back, would you let me bury her on Burn Peak and make a tabletop jump over her? Like, that would be pretty rad, right? To have a Sheila jump. Like, that, in my opinion, would be rad. Like, if I get a place in Build Trails, maybe I will do that. But, these are the type of ideas that get thrown around. So, yeah, great question, Harry Humphreys, if you're watching. Hey, Kenobi, K Noib, thank you for the super chat and welcome to the stream. I see you. Sea Otter 2021. I might, Jose. I might. I was actually gonna go this year before things got all canceled. I actually was, and I actually avoid festivals kind of like the plague. I avoid festivals. It's a lot of action. It's a little crazy for me. I kind of like smaller group gatherings than the gigantic, hectic messes of festivals. But Seth was beginning to convince me, so I might be at Seattle 2021, and if I am, come find me. Who in the chat is asking? They don't know what you guys don't know who Sheila is. Come on, yo, come on, man. Sheila's the OGest OG. That's my my old lady, one and only. All right, what we got up next? Keith Witherspoon asked, with 96 upvotes, how do you overcome fear when it comes to features? This is a good question. I wanted to answer this one. I'm glad we got to it. How do you overcome fear when it comes to features that you're not sure about? Other than the 3 run-up technique. So that's something that I've talked about in the past. So this is a really good question, and I get asked this an awful lot in a bunch of different forms by you guys. And I think that it's a common question because a lot of people are getting into mountain biking right now. And, I bet a lot of you guys here watching right now are either new to mountain biking or wanting to progress. So, as you all know, hang on one sec. I should answer the other question first. So I'm going to start with the next question, and then I'm going to answer this question. So the next question was this. It was, the next question is from Quinn Mashad with 91 upvotes. And the question is, what was your childhood like and how did you get into mountain biking? So I'm going to answer the how did you get into mountain biking because I don't think a lot of people actually know it. Unlike a lot of people that you see, I did not ride mountain bikes from a young age. I haven't ridden a mountain bike since I was a kid. I actually was into soccer, actually. So, he asked what my childhood was like. In my childhood, a lot of my youth was focused around being a soccer player. I remember being really dedicated to school and really dedicated to soccer. I played basketball and tennis, but at one point I chose and I was like, I'm gonna go for soccer. And my whole life up to like 20s was all centered around that. I played soccer in high school. I was the captain. I played goalkeeper, which a lot of you guys probably wouldn't guess because I'm not like a gigantic guy. I'm just really fast, quick reflexes. But I was a goalkeeper, and I played in high school. I played in college. I played Division I in college. I never really had a great college career, but I made my way onto really great teams. Like I walked on to SMU my freshman year, and we're in Division I. And that year we went to the Final Four. I didn't play at all. I was actually redshirted because I got injured. I tore my meniscus on my knee. But I was a soccer player. Like my whole life, I was a soccer player. That was how I defined myself. If someone asked me who I was, it was like I was a soccer player. And when later on in college, I transferred back to USF. I went to school after SMU in Tampa, Florida, and I played soccer there. Also a Division I school, top 16 in the country, and I got injured again. This time I got injured mountain biking though. So another funny mountain bike story. Between my junior and senior year, sophomore, I think it was junior and senior year, I was like going out. I was just starting to mountain bike, just randomly. I went to North Carolina to my next younger brother's graduation from high school. He was there at an art school, and in North Carolina, people mountain biked. In Florida we didn't, but in North Carolina, at least in my circle of people that I knew, they did. So I went out and mountain biked with him, and I had no idea what I was doing, and I was on someone else's bike, and I didn't know what trail we were on, and I followed my brother down this trail, and he knew the trail and I didn't, and there were crazy trails. At least they were crazy for me at the time, and I hit a jump, and I didn't realize it was a jump. I didn't know that I was about to be in the air, and I ended up tearing my ACL, which was not good, because 3 weeks later I was supposed to report to spring training for soccer, and I had to get on the phone and I had to call my coach, and I had to tell him what I just did. I was like, yo, I didn't say yo. I told him, I was like, hey, I'm not going to be at spring training. And I had to tell him why. And I was like, I tore my ACL. And he's like, how'd you do it? I was like, and so anyway, I came back from my ACL, and I kept playing soccer. But eventually in my college career, I stopped playing soccer. Real world was coming at me fast. I was about to graduate school, stopped soccer, got a job. And it was around that time that it was really tough time for me, because I didn't know who I was anymore. It's like when I stopped playing soccer, when I stopped, I wanted to go pro. I definitely did. I wanted to be a professional soccer player. And, for a little while in my life, it looked like that was possible, and it just didn't work out. And so when I stopped playing soccer, I felt like I lost a lot of my identity. And, when people asked me what I did, who I was, I no longer had an answer. And, it was around this time that I found mountain biking. I had a friend who got a mountain bike, and he was like, man, and it was like a Gary Fisher, and it was the lightest bike I had ever held, and I couldn't believe it. And he just randomly invited me to go ride. I had a Huffy. I just had a random bike, like a bike that was just in my parents' garage. It was like a Huffy. I don't know where it's from, but I said yeah, and I went with him because I'm down. I'm down to clown. And we just got beat up. We got wrecked. We had no idea what we were doing. We went to Alafaya in Tampa, Florida, or in, north of Tampa, whatever that area is called. And we rode Moonscape, and it rained. And I remember we went down the first hill, and he grabbed his front brake, and he got ejected over the top. And we thought we were going to die. We thought we weren't going to make it out. And we got done with that ride, and I was like, man, I love this shit. This is great. And I was hooked, despite tearing my ACL previously. And so after that, I was going to school in Tampa, Florida. At that time, there wasn't a ton of great mountain biking, at least that I knew of. The thing is I didn't know anyone else that rode at that time. I was on my own. So I got my own mountain bike. I was in college. On the weekends, I would get online and I'd research trails that I could go ride, and I would just shoot off to random places in Florida and go ride by myself. And then I got my roommate into it, and we would go ride together, and we had no idea what we were doing. And it was awesome because of that. There was no one to tell us that we were doing it wrong, because we were doing everything wrong. We were breaking our seat tubes, we were breaking bikes, we were going over the handlebars. We didn't even know what a bunny hop was. We didn't know what that term was. And it was like, I feel so grateful because it was such a pure introduction to the sport. So, and it got me absolutely hooked. I just loved it. I couldn't get over going out into the middle of nowhere and riding my bike. And that was the start of it. And after I graduated and I did a stint where I like went into the mainstream and I worked finance and I went, tried to, go down the career path. I didn't ride for that number of years, but then eventually I moved to Atlanta. And in Atlanta, in Georgia, I worked at REI and I met the first, I got plugged into the first community of people that rode bikes. And it changed everything. Because I used to make all my friends through soccer. And now I had this new community of friends that it wasn't about how good you were or whatever. It was just about going out and riding your bikes. And that was the thing that kind of solidified it. So I made friends, and I started seeing that there were actually other people that rode mountain bikes, which actually was crazy to me because I had only been doing it by myself with my roommate. No one else rode bikes that I knew of. But then I saw that people actually did it, and I started seeing how good people were, and I was like, yo, I want to get that good. I want to be able to do that. And it just took off from there. But long story short, it's like I got into mountain biking in my 20s. And I haven't been, a lot of people assume that I've been riding since I was 4 years old or something, like a lot of people have. I have not. I played soccer my entire life. I was dedicated. And I found mountain biking at a time when I needed it. I needed something. And it was there, and it changed my life because it gave me everything that I needed. It gave me an outlet. It gave me a community of people. It gave me something to work at, something that I could progress at, to challenge myself with. And I mean, man, it's given me so much more since then. Like, look where it's taken me now. So, I'm really proud of that story. I think it's awesome. I think it's inspirational. Like, and I don't talk about it that much. I don't have a video. I don't have a way to make a video about it. But that's how I got into mountain biking. Totally, like, just pure. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I had no preconceptions about how it should be, so I could just enjoy it for what it was, and it was awesome. Yo, PLW 5GH, is the Santa Cruz Hightower a good bike? I don't know, man. I have not ridden one, dude. I could not tell you, my friend. Brandon Beasley, what's your second favorite trail in Colorado? I know you love Fooses, which is awesome. I'm a patron because you are amazing. You're an amazing human. Thank you for what you do. Yo, Brandon, $20 super chat, bro. Thank you for that, dude. My second favorite trail in Colorado. Man, that's tough. In all of Colorado? Oh, I can actually... I was going to say, I can actually say it. Because one of the trails that I love in Salida used to be illegal, but now it's sanctioned. And it's called Guts. Trail's sick. My buddy Nate has been out there overhauling it with the crew, and it's incredible. But man, there's so many other good trails. There are so many other good trails. That one's a hard one. I'm gonna say Guts though. That one's all time for sure. It's in Salida, by the way. So hey, the question that I was gonna answer, the question that came after the question about how I got into mountain biking, is how do you overcome fear when it comes to features that you're not sure about? And so this is a really common question because so many people want to know how to become a better rider, and because a lot of people are like me in that you haven't ridden your whole life. If you talk to someone who's ridden their entire life, they have a really hard time explaining it to you because it's just something that they know. It's just innate at that point. They've been doing it since they were young, and they now do it, and it's like, I don't know, they can't explain it. But I have gone through the entire thing, and I've had to learn it, the hard way a lot of times, and I know the struggle. So, a couple things that I do that I tell everyone that has helped me progress is, first of all, the 3 run-up technique that Keith mentioned. And so when I'm doing a new feature, if I'm actually committing to doing it, so basically, I guess I'll just take you through the steps. So when I come to something new that is kind of intimidating, the first thing I do is I go and look at it. I'm not gonna go send it blind. That's dumb. Don't do that. Don't let pride get you there, because I've done that too, and that's a big mistake. So then after I look at it, I want to see someone else do it. I need to be able to visualize myself hitting something before I actually do it. That's me. That's how I work. I need to be able to see it, and I need to be able to see myself doing it. So being able to see someone else hit it helps me a lot. I know, dude. I'm sorry, but I haven't ridden that bike, so I can't lie to you. That would be really not cool, right? PLW 5GH. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I've never ridden one. Go look at some reviews online. I mean, obviously that's not what you're looking for, but I can't lie to you. But thank you for the super chats, and thank you for helping the channel, man. So after I've seen someone hit the feature, the next thing I do in my mind, after I can visualize, is I try to think of other things that I've ridden that are similar to that feature. And this is a really important one, because this one helps me a ton. It's like, if I can, because I've ridden a lot of places, so if I'm looking at a step down or a drop, let's say a drop. If I'm looking at a drop, I can be like, this is about the same as the drama drop. This is bigger. This is like a little bit bigger than the drama drop, but it has a lip at the end. I mean, it looks like the run out is pretty similar, or the landing. I try to compare it to other things that I've ridden that I'm comfortable with. And that's a really helpful thing, because if you can get it in your head, if you can find something else that it's similar to, then you can recall what it was like, what it felt like to ride that thing. That's going to help you a lot in your confidence of riding this new feature. Because what's scary is the fact that you haven't done it and you don't know what it's going to be like. So if you can, the further you can get in your head, to that point, is going to help you before you ride it. So I try to find something else in my memory that was similar. And then after that, I do the 3 run-up rule. And the 3 run-up rule is, well, I guess after that I do a run-in. So I want to do the run-in. I want to talk to my friends and be like, all right, how fast do I need to be going to enter this jump, this drop, this step down, whatever. And a lot of times I'll follow a friend in that's going to hit it. So I'll follow them and they hit it and I stop. But at least I rolled in with them and I could feel how fast I needed to be moving. And that gives me an idea, and then that tells me also, it's like, was that scary? Did that feel weird? Was that like crazy fast or not? And after that, I do the 3 run-up rule. So after I'm comfortable with it, if I've decided that I'm gonna do it, then I will go back with the intent of doing it, and I will go and I will either do it or not. And if I don't do it, if I run into it and I stop, then I give myself only 3 total times of doing that. So you get three shots where your intent is actually to hit it. And if you haven't done it by the 3rd time, done for the day. Can't do it. No more run-ins. If you haven't done it within 3 tries, you weren't meant to do it that day. You're too much in your head and you're gonna mess it up. And it's not worth it. You can come back. So that's the 3 run-up rule, and that's like the most helpful thing. I will never run into anything any more than 3 times anymore on the same day. And that has forced me to take a leap many times. I've come to the 3rd try and I'm like, all right, well, I have to do this today. And I gotta do it because it's the 3rd try. And if I don't do it this time, I'm not getting another shot. And then I'll do it. Or it's like it keeps you honest. Or I'll get to the 3rd one and I'll think that, and then I'll run up to it and I'll slam my brakes and I won't hit it, and I'll be like, man, I guess I'm just not ready to hit this today. Like, that was my 3rd time. I know the deal. I still felt a little weird and I hit the brakes. So that's it. That's it for the day. I'm calling it. Not worth it. I'll revisit it when I feel ready. So that's how I approach new features, and it's actually really served me well. You guys have seen I've come a long way in the past 1.5 years, and these are the things I've been really, that have helped me cover so much ground in a way that is smart. I haven't done many things like I did back when I was early, like learning early, where I would break bones and whatever, learn the hard way. I've been able to avoid stuff like that by being smart, taking small steps, and using some of these tips. So I hope that helps. Woo! All right, I gotta answer this one. This is a great question. Adam Stalker wants to know, what's my opinion on hairless cats? He's asking for a friend. And 51 of you, 50 other people want to know. I mean, I think hairless cats are a great idea. I'm allergic to cats, so I think that the hairless is a great option. My dad actually had a hairless dog at one point, and it was the ugliest dog I've ever seen. But he was such a freaking rad dog. What he lacked in looks, he more than made up for in personality. His name was Kramer, and he was awesome. Yeah, so I mean, they're a little bit weird to pet. I'll give you that. A little bit strange, but I think it's all about the personality. So I'm about it. Hairless cats, I'm in. I like cats too. I'm just allergic, and it's terrible. I can't be around them. Yo, Miguel Silva, what's up, man? Just got in the sport and love it. What mountain bike trails do you recommend in North Carolina? Kitsuma. Go ride Kitsuma in Asheville. You will love it. And thank you for enjoying the channel, and welcome to the wonderful world of mountain biking, my man. All right. We are cruising. I think I gotta call it soon, guys. It's midnight, and I gotta use the bathroom. I gotta take a leak. I'm not gonna lie. I got a question from A. Romine. When you're doing number 2, do you neatly fold up the toilet paper to clean up, or do you wad it up into a mess? Hey, come on, man. I may live in a van and be a vagabond, but I ain't a monster. I fold it. Come on, son. Who wads it up into a mess? That's crazy. Sean Plays asks, when are you moving out of Seth's house? I am indeed. I have departed from Burn Peak. When I entered Burn Peak, it was come up here, weather the storm with us, man. There's this quarantine thing that's happening, and I did, and it was awesome. And then it's like, all right, we don't know when this thing's gonna end, and I can't just indefinitely crash at my buddy's house, no matter how much I love him. So yeah, I am not at Burn Peak. I am still in the area. We're still hanging out. I'll probably be in some of his vids, and he'll be in mine, but I am no longer at Seth's house. Man, him and his wife amazing people for letting me live with them for as long as they have. Incredibly patient and understanding, and just all around awesome people. So yeah, just putting that out there. If you guys are watching, thank you. Yo, I saw a super chat come on over here, dude. Caleb Jones, a $20 super chat. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you for that. Cash for a good IPA. That's a damn good IPA, and tacos. That's a great meal right there. Thank you, my friend. And I'm going to cheers you with this IPA. Stay safe on the road, bro. Crashing out. All right. Later. Is that you saying peace? Thank you for the super chat. We'll catch you on the next one, man. And I will definitely go for some tacos and beer. I'm about that life. I did some sushi tonight to celebrate. I am due for some Mexican. Brad T, no question. No question at all. Just want to say that I love your vids. Your enthusiasm is fantastic. Thanks, man. I mean, I'm just stoked. I'm just really excited about the incredible opportunities that I've been afforded, and that I get to do it with. I get to share it with a community of 500,000 people that are stoked on it like I am. Like, what more can you ask for, man? I mean, thank you, Brad, and thank you for the super chat, dude. I appreciate that. Berm Tender, what's up, man? Before you were YouTube famous, I hate that word. How did you find people to ride with? Man, I would just go to the trails. I met people while out riding all the time. But yeah, the best, honestly, just going out and riding, is you'll meet so many people. It's insane. I've made so many friends just in random places that I've never been, just going out for a ride and saying hello, you know. But yeah, you just got to get out there and do it. All right, so I've already said yes. So New Renick 21 and John Bear want to know if I'll ever take the channel international. Yes, I want to. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in the future. That'll be a gigantic thing for the channel. I definitely do. I have interest. I want to travel more than what I can do via van. Picart Dog says for the next 30 days you only get one trail, one beer, and one song to listen to. What are your 3 picks? First of all, this is torture to me. Like, the thing that I enjoy most about life is variety. I love variety. I want to try everything. I don't want to just do one thing of each. But if I had to pick one trail to ride, Hemlock Epoch at the New Canuga here in Hendersonville, North Carolina. One beer to drink, anything from Cellar Works in Pennsylvania. And one song to listen to, Clair de Lune by Debussy. Those are my 3 picks. If you twisted my arm, if I absolutely have to. I think that a song with words would get terrible if you had to listen to a song with words for 30 days straight. And man, I could just listen to Clair de Lune over and over. Greg, I'm just going to get through them. We got 3 more questions. 3 more questions. We're going through it rapid fire. Tom Marrero asked, Alex, my question is this. When was the exact moment you realized that van life was for you? It's such a hard decision to make. I don't think it's a hard decision at all. I never thought that, I never was like, all right, van life. I was like, all right, this is what I want my life to be like. I want to be able to go where I want. I don't want to answer to anybody. I want to explore. I want to go see places I haven't seen and broaden my horizons. And I want to ride my bike a lot. And when I put all those things together, the obvious answer was, all right, pack everything you own, get rid of everything you own, first of all, and then put what's left in a vehicle, and then go travel. Go live out of that vehicle on the road and figure it out. And that's how I ended up doing what I'm doing. It doesn't start with like, yeah, I'm gonna van life. It starts with, I want this out of my life. And then you work back. I worked backwards, and I was like, all right, how do we make that happen? Greg Daw says, why do mountain bike YouTubers seem to work so freaking slow? No shade. Not throwing any shade. It seems like mountain bike YouTubers have less frequent release schedules than almost any other group I watch. Man, I can't speak for all of mountain bike YouTubers, dude, but I think, I'm going to speak for myself. I think that the reason we release content slower than most other people is because I don't only care about being a giant YouTuber. That's not like my biggest goal. I want so many other things. I think a lot of content creators on YouTube, their sole goal is to succeed on YouTube. They're going to do whatever they can just to get the most views, the most subscribers. That's literally all they care about. And that's not all I care about, you know. I love you guys. I love this community, but there's a lot more things that are also important to me that I have to balance. And you know, that's why I am not willing to spend every single waking hour of every day making YouTube videos. You know, I did that though. I did that for 3 years. I've already done that. I did it. That's what I've been doing for the past 3 years. It's only in the last year and a half that I slowed down a little bit and started to bring things back into balance. But yeah, I think that's my hunch. I think that most YouTubers, they are YouTubing strictly that's like all they want is just to do well on YouTube. I think mountain bike YouTubers have like a bigger, you know, they have more that they want. They want more than just to succeed on YouTube. I think that they're doing YouTube to make something else possible. I think that they, you know, whether it be so that they can travel and ride more, or that they can be their own boss and also be working in mountain biking, or, you know, whatever it is. I don't think a lot of the mountain bike YouTubers just want to be a popular YouTuber. They want to do something meaningful. But that's my hunch. Last question, guys. Very last question. Yo, Joe, I see you, homie. I want to be where the people are. You know me too well. Walking around on those, what do you call them again? Feet. Yes, great song, Joe. I love it. You know I get those Disney references, man. Come on. All right, last question, guys. And then we're going to wrap up this ridiculous live stream. 500,000 subs, man. This is a live stream for the record. This is a once in a lifetime thing, man. Who knows if I'll ever even hit a milli. We're at 500,000. Never thought I'd get here. Mountain Bike J with the mic drop $20. Thank you for that, dude. Hell yeah. Plug PLW5GH. How old are people in chat? They say you're like 43. You look young though. I ain't telling. People were asking earlier. I like the guess, and people think I'm 40. Hell yeah. That's cool. I'm cool with that. I think if I shave, people will think I'm 20. Tim Hardcastle, dude, $50 Canadian. Dang, son. Love the channel, man. Started watching yours and Seth's channels at the start of the pandemic. Dude, it's really crazy that, a lot of people have found the channel because of the pandemic. A lot of people are on YouTube, and man, welcome to the family. And you bought a new bike. Welcome to the family. Really welcome to the family, man. Welcome to the wonderful world of mountain biking. This is for you and Seth to grab some beers and tacos soon. All right, if Seth's watching, tacos on me, man. I got it. Keep the awesome content coming. Cheers, buddy. Hey, Tim, cheers to you, man. We're at this perfect time, and we're at the bottom of the beer. Hey, that's an extremely generous super chat. Thank you for that, Tim. And, man, I'm stoked for you and your new bike, dude. All right, very last question. We got a good one for the van lifers out there, or the prospective van lifers. This is from Vazik Kaviz. Vazik. Do you have any idea what kind of job is good for a life on the road? I think you could speak from experience. This is a good question. So I'm going to tell you what I've done. I've done a lot of different jobs. I've worked a lot of different jobs. And then I'm going to give you like some just advice. So I've worked in hospitality. I've worked at restaurants, been a busboy, been a waiter. I've done valet. I've done internet like SEO optimization. I worked for Google where I just I did this thing where you try to optimize landing pages. I've worked at a hospital. I've worked at an ice cream shop. I've been a chauffeur. That was a great job. That was an out of college job. I drove limos and stretched limos and famous people. Funny story, one time the New York Yankees pitcher, I drove him and his family to his private jet, and my freaking backpack with my laptop, the guys unloaded it from the car I drove them in into their plane, and they like basically stole my laptop and my backpack and all the way back to New York with them. It was like, shoot, what was his name? I don't follow sports, but yeah, the New York Yankees pitcher, they took my backpack and my laptop, and they had I had to get it back from them. That was funny. But yeah, I've been a chauffeur. I've been a teacher. Worked at bike shops. I've detailed cars. I've worked at REI. I've worked in finance. I've worked at I've worked at a private investment firm. I've done a lot of different gigs, but on the road, the best thing that I've ever done was the teaching, because I was able to do it remotely. I think a lot of things right now are gonna be moving towards remote, because a lot of things due to COVID have gone remote, and now I think that post-COVID, a lot of things are gonna stay that way. That's just, I think that they're gonna see, a lot of businesses are gonna see a way to save money this way, and they're gonna stick with it. But the thing that I always told like my younger brothers when they were going to school is to learn some sort of hard skill. If you have a hard skill, whether it's bartending, welding, accounting, teaching, like a hard skill or plumbing, like these things never go out of style. They always are needed. I went to school for business, and that's way too broad. It's like, I don't know, what do you apply that to? I didn't learn a very specific skill. If I had learned how to weld you can literally always get a job if you know how to code. If you know how to write computer, code on a computer, like, it's insane. You can get a job literally anywhere. In fact, that's like probably one of the best ones because you can code from anywhere. But if you learn a hard skill, like working on a bike, man, if you can work on a bike like really, really well, you can get a job pretty much anywhere. Like every single bike shop across the entire country needs a very skilled bike mechanic. Seriously. So that's my best advice is, like, especially for young people, learn a hard skill. Don't do something I definitely think, you got to experiment in undergrad and like feel around, see what you're into, try a bunch of different classes that you got no idea about. But while you're doing all that, like, learning a hard skill will make it so that after you go to school, after you finish that, you can use this hard skill to earn a living and support yourself while you're doing this other thing, maybe like taking this reach thing that's your passion and you're trying to get off the ground. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, it was teaching. I learned how to be a good tutor of SAT and ACT prep. And I did that the entire time that I was doing this passion project, which was my YouTube channel. And if it wasn't for that, I couldn't take this chance on this thing. I wouldn't have had the time and the energy to do this other thing, which was my YouTube channel. So yeah, I think that's the best advice I can give you. But yeah, when I started hitting the road, I knew that I would be fine. When I needed to find a job, I'd be able to find one. If you don't let pride get in the way, if you are willing to do anything, I mean, not anything, but if you're willing to work hard and do what no one else wants to do, you can get a job. You really can. I walked into Salida and got a job at a bike shop, and I told them, I was very honest with them. I was like, I don't really know how to work on bikes really well, but I learn really fast, and I will work super hard. And I did, and I was, and it worked out really well, and I learned a lot too. But yeah, if you're confident in your own skills and like you're willing to put in the work and not be too prideful about what you're doing, you can make it happen on the road with work. So that's all I have to say about that. All right. We got a couple super chats over here, and then we are going to wrap this up. We're going on 12:20. This is a XL live stream. We're at, man, how long has this been happening? We've been going for 3 hours. Holy smokes! That's not real. Is that right? 3 hours? Have we been going for 3 hours? Yo, Corey Blanco, what's up, man? $25 super chat coming in strong. Hey, can I ask y'all to sign a petition on change.org to save Greer Ranch in SoCal? Also, what's your favorite trail in SoCal? You named it already, dude. I love that place. I know that I have already done that. If you want to post it in here, man, and let other people, I love that place. I'm big fan of Eric, the guy digging out there, Eric and Chris. I'm gonna add you as a moderator. Now you can post that right here in the chat. If anyone is so inclined, they can go sign it. Because I love that place. I would love to ride it every single time I come out to SoCal, dude. It's a great place, great people, and incredible trails. All right. Hey, Yasser, I'm sorry, man. You just got here. I don't know where I'm going next, man. This pandemic has thrown me for a loop. Everything is up in the air. I don't know what to make of it, and it's really hard to make plans. Quinn G, been watching since under 100K, man. Thank you for that, and thank you for still being around, man. Hell yeah. All right, guys. I'm losing my voice. I'm on my last sip of beer, and we are at, hey, I want to look at one thing real quick. Where are we at? Hey, we are no longer just at 500,000. We're at 500,528 subscribers. For everyone that's still in here, all 900 of you, like 800 of you, thank you guys for being a part of this channel. I'm so stoked that everyone enjoys watching my videos. Y'all are making my dream come true, like making it possible day to day, and I can't thank you enough for that. Thank you for being along on this journey with me, and I plan on being here for a long time coming, even if it's a long time in between my videos. And yes, I'm working on the next video. It's coming. I'll keep you updated. Yeah, thank you guys all for the 500,000 and helping me get here. I don't know what else to say. Thank you for joining the live stream. This has been a great time. I'm going to go ahead and call it right here. Cheers. Last sip of my IPA. Everyone have a awesome rest of your Sunday night and a good start to the week. I'll see you again soon. Until then, you know what to do. Live free, ride hard, and get stoked, my friends. Thanks for being a part of this incredible journey that we're on. All right. Cheers, guys. That was weird. I went for like a... We're just going to call it. Later.